What's up guys, this is your favorite fanfic YouTuber, the Fanfic Majesty, and welcome to another amazing video. You can follow me on Patreon for exclusive stories. 3K, Chapter 61 Establishment of the Company. Advertisement. Carrera Corporate Headquarters. A large number of reporters and citizens surrounded the place. How is Mr. Aspagu's condition now? Please tell us the details about this incident. Mr. Aspagu, please hold on. Aspagu slowly opened his eyes. Ganifa, Mr. Aspagu, great, you're awake. Hearing the sound, others opened the door and walked in. Mr. Aspagu, Yeah, I made you worry. Barry sat down on the chair unceremoniously. It's great that you are still alive. Have a good rest. We will take care of the shipyard matter. Yeah, but, last night, the murderer who sneaked into my room. We are still investigating this matter. No, I remember. What? There are two people, one is a tall man wearing a mask, and the other is a tall black-haired woman. With those sharp eyes, I'm afraid they are. Nico Robin, she's not from the Straw Hat crew. It seems so. So, those guys are the murderers. Breaking news. The murderers who attacked Mr. Aspagu were Pirate Straw Hat crew. We, Shwishui newspaper, are willing to pay a high price for the news about that group of people. Advertisement. The murderer is still on this island. Round up the Straw Hat crew and hang them all. Zyan and others were eating leisurely in a certain restaurant when they saw many people on the street outside looking like they were looking for someone. Straw Hat crew. Shisui and Itachi don't know much about pirates. Hancock is still a homebody and has no interest in other pirate groups. Neither of them has heard of Straw Hat crew. The one wearing the straw hat at the shipyard yesterday. It's them. They remembered that when they bought a boat in Shuanyan yesterday, Luffy and others were also nearby. When they came out, they were still arguing with the shipbuilder that their boat could not be repaired. They still had some impression. Itachi was a little confused. Why did they assassinate Mayor Aspagu? This is just a rumor from outside, and it is not the whole truth. However, Aspagu was assassinated, which is also a good opportunity. Maybe our security company can take over the first sale. Zyan took out an exquisite gold card from his fingers. This was the business card Zyan went to customize today. Uchiha Security Company, President, Uchiha Shuanyan. On the front are these words, and on the back is the pattern of a mysterious Sharingan. He also considered the clan emblem of a round fan, but it lacked a sense of mystery compared to the Sharingan. Shisui was also fiddling with a gold card in his hand. Uchiha Security Company, Captain of the First Division, Uchiha Shisui. And Uchiha Itachi's is, Uchiha Security Company. Captain of the Second Division, Uchiha Itachi. When Hancock saw that Zyan, Shisui and Itachi all had one, she was also jealous. They all had it but she didn't. Wouldn't it look like she was out of place? He pestered Zyan to get her a business card, but Zyan couldn't resist her, so he gave it to her too. Made some. Uchiha Security Company, Vice President, Boa Hancock. After having this business card, Hancock was satisfied. Zyan also didn't expect that one day he would actually become the boss. Advertisement. Come. Cheers to the establishment of our company. Cheers. Since then, Uchiha Security Company has been officially established. All that remains is to find customers and get family members to join the company. By then, the company will be completely on track. The wind is very noisy today. At this time, there was a strong wind blowing outside, the weather was gloomy, the sea was turbulent, and the waves hit the coast one after another. Carrera Corporate Headquarters. Members of Carrera Company, line up with all your strength. Yes. Don't even let a mouse get in. Yes. The employees of Carrera Shipbuilding Company surrounded the headquarters at this time, and they all stood ready with orange axes. Aspagu was not killed, and they were all worried that the enemy would launch another attack. The total bounty of the Straw Hat crew exceeds 200 million, especially Captain Straw Hat Luffy, who is a big pirate with a bounty of up to 100 million. To have such a high bounty in the first half of the Grand Line must be a very vicious pirate. At the door of Aspagu's bedroom, the 5 foremen of Carrera Company were all sitting with their legs crossed as a last line of defense. Yeah, there's no need to be so loud. It makes me look like a king. This was organized voluntarily by everyone, which shows how much everyone loves Mr. Aspagu. What's going on with the Pirate Empress? They went to the place where the business cards were printed today, and the security company was officially established. The president is Uchiha Shuanyan, the vice president is the Pirate Empress, the captain of the first team is called Uchiha Shisui, and the captain of the second team is called Uchiha Itachi. Do you have their business cards? Some. Jonifa took out a business card and handed it to Aspagu. Golden ones. It seems like they have big plans, and Uchiha seem to be a family. Ganifa. Yes, Mr. Aspagu. Go and invite this Mr. Uchiha Shuanyan over. I have business to talk to him about. Yes. Advertisement. Chapter 62. Copy 6 styles. Advertisement. By the way, call Barry in again. Understood. Jonifa opened the door and walked out. Barry. Mr. Aspagu has something important to say to you. Me. Yes, you are the only one. Mr. Asbaku asked me to invite Mr. Uchiha Shuanyan. Telestone shouted loudly. Looking for that boy. Do you think we can't protect him? They all heard that Zyan was going to open a security company in the capital of Seven Rivers. When they went to Zyan at this time, they naturally thought that they should hire Zyan for protection. These foremen are not bad, and there are so many shipbuilders outside. They have subdued pirates over the years. Now asking others to protect their boss naturally feels very shameless. This is the decision made by Mr. Asbagu. Mr. Asbagu must have his reasons for making such a decision. Barry, please go in quickly. Oh, Ba Li opened the door and walked in. Asbagu told Ba Li his plan. He had grown up watching Ba Li and trusted Ba Li the most. Yes, got it. This matter may bring you danger, but after careful consideration, I can only ask you. Are you willing to accept it? You are too outrageous to say that. Leave it to me. Then it's up to you. I'll do it right away. Okay. Barry opened the bedroom door and came out. Gugu, have you finished talking? Gerger, who was standing on Luchi's shoulder, greeted. Yes, I have to deal with some important things and leave here for a while. It's okay, 4 is enough with me. Barry went to the general manager's office as Asbagu said and found the safe hidden under the floor. At this time, on the roof not far away, Nico Robin and a man wearing a bear hood were standing here. Puff, puff, advertisement. Are you ready? A voice came from the phone bug. Is that okay? Nico Robin. Yeah, anytime. Then, let's go create chaos. The remaining 4 will act individually when they see the code and complete their missions. Boom. As soon as the phone worm finished speaking, a violent explosion occurred in the corner of the company headquarters. Wah! Many people were caught off guard and were blown away. What's going on? Is it a shelling? No, I didn't see any artillery shells flying over at all. Someone planted the bomb in advance. Next, boom. Another bomb was detonated. Ooh. It's the north corner on the first floor. Is everyone okay? Half the people stayed where they were. No sign of the enemy has been seen yet. Tillstone burst into the bedroom. Mr. Aspagu, are you okay? I'm fine, just a little surprised. At this time, a voice came from outside. I saw them. Put on the mask. Catch him quickly. Appeared. Ooh, look at me. Tillstone immediately ran out. What? Leave it to me to take care of it. Bipoli also immediately chased out, leaving only Kagu and Luchi at the door. Wow, it exploded. On the big tree outside Carrera's headquarters, Luffy and others also gathered here. Today they were inexplicably hunted down and had a fight with the boatmen. They didn't believe it when they heard that Robin attacked the mayor, so they wanted to see with their own eyes who did it. Soon, the entire Carrera company headquarters was in chaos, with many people chasing him everywhere. Advertisement. No one noticed that there were 3 figures standing here on the roof not far away. They were Schwanyan, Shisui and Itachi. Are these the masked men who attacked the mayor? Shisui said looking forward. Well, that's them. You can watch their movements carefully. It's best to turn on Sharingan to copy. Although Shisui and Itachi didn't know why Brother Schwanyan said this, they were used to obeying Schwanyan's orders. They both turned on their Sharingan and looked at the masked person. Ooh, a boatman slashed at the masked man with a big saw. The masked man jumped down without hesitation. He jumped. Moonwalk. The masked man's feet stepped on the air continuously, and the figure rushed back. Here we go again. Jumping in midair. The road of thorns. The masked man waved the thorn whip in his hand and knocked everyone off the wall. Ooh, this is. Shisui and Itachi were shocked to see this, being able to move forward in the air. This is the moonwalk in Marine 6 styles. It uses strong foot power to step on the air to generate strong aerial force. It can walk in the air like stepping on stairs, but it cannot stay in the air for too long. Marine 6 styles. It is a physical technique created by the world government that surpasses the limits of human physical ability. It is very practical. Shisui and Itachi are both geniuses, so they can naturally see how practical moonwalk is. They always have a huge advantage in attacking the enemy from top to bottom. But it also comes with a big disadvantage, that is, there is no focus in the air, and it is almost impossible to dodge the opponent's attack. But with this move, it's different. They can also change directions in the air, which allows them to be more flexible and versatile in their ninjutsu. You should all copy it. Shisui and Itachi both nodded. They all copied it, and with their training and improved breathing skills since childhood, they also have the physical fitness to perform this kind of taijutsu. Brother Schwanyan, do you need us to stop them? No, no need. We won't get much gratitude if we try to stop them now. Only when they are at the end of their rope can we get the most benefit. Only when people truly feel despair can they know how to cherish. Advertisement. Chapter 63 From Darkness. Advertisement. Carrera General Manager's Office. Barry followed Asbagu's instructions and got a roll of drawings. Suddenly a voice came from the door. Is that Asbagu's collection? Leave it to us. You won't know its value. Barry turned around and saw 2 masked people appearing behind him. He couldn't help but yelled angrily. Who are you? Where did you come from? We come from darkness. But we are here to seek justice. Secret organization CIPHERPOL no. 9. No matter where you come in from, you will definitely meet our people, right? There are a large number of boatmen guarding this building everywhere. There was blood dripping in the masked man's hand and he said lightly, it seems that I have encountered it before, but it seems that I have never encountered it before. I can't remember it anymore. It seems like you are no longer secretly carrying out assassinations. Maybe, but we never said it wouldn't be like this. Anyway, leave Asbagu's treasure to us. At the same time, since you also know this secret, just suffer death. At this moment, in Agbus's room, a door suddenly opened on the wall. A man wearing a bear mask and Nico Robin walked in. They closed the door again and the wall returned to its original state, as if it had never appeared before. Asbagu suppressed his composure and said, "It's really surprising. I knew you would definitely come, but I didn't expect you would come in from that place. Did you use the same method last night? There should be no door there." Quote. He wanted to delay, so he had sent Kanifa to find Uchiha Schwanyan. That young man dared to open a security company and was also the pirate empress, one of the 7 warlords of the sea. He must be very powerful. I ate the door fruit. No matter what kind of wall I touch, it will turn into a door. As long as there is a wall, I can go in and out freely. Bang, the masked man said as he raised his pistol, pointed it at Asbagu and pulled the trigger. Advertisement. Didn't you say you have to wait for a code? Isn't he still alive? What we have to do is to make him defenseless. At this time, the voices of resistance outside gradually subsided, and Asbagu's face became more and more serious. Why hadn't he waited for support? Squeak. The door was opened, and 4 masked men in holy attire appeared together in Asbagu's room. Go back. I don't have what you want here. In this case, it will be difficult for us. At this time, a pigeon with a tie flew over and landed on the shoulder of a man in a bullhead mask. Asbagu was stunned because this pigeon was the pet of his subordinate Luchi. The masked man took off the bullhead hood and revealed his face. First of all, you are going to die anyway, where should I start from? You disappoint me so much. Luchi. The man in the big skull mask also took off his hood. It's your own fault. It's because you didn't eat the toast and drank the fine wine that you became like this. Kagu. If possible, we don't want to hurt you. I also want to leave good memories in this city. By the way, don't wait for the security company to rescue you. Ganifa. He had just arranged for Janifa to go find Zyan, but obviously Janifa did not go. This stubbornness is probably inherited from your master. The last person to take off the bear hood was a middle-aged man with a horn hairstyle. From the bar. Bluno. This is a very famous bar in the Seven Waters capital, and almost everyone knows Bluno. Advertisement. Are you all from the government? Asbagu couldn't believe that his secret skills, the 2 foremen, and the bar owner, people known to almost everyone in the Seven Waters city, were actually from the government, which was almost unacceptable to him for a while. Yes, it is too easy for us to be undercover. However, your silence about the design of the ancient weapon Pluton and its whereabouts really leaves us helpless. Before more victims appear, please say it. Luchi had completely taken off his coat, revealing the same black suit as a world government official. We lurked in 5 years ago. But don't worry, we are not lazy at all when it comes to work. I know you are very shocked now, but we don't have much time left for Duyu's mission. In order to complete this mission, we have made complete preparations. You'd better not make unnecessary resistance. You should have heard of the name CP. In layman's terms, from CP1 to CP8, it is a high-level government intelligence agency with 8 bases around the world. As long as the government gives an order, no matter where the information is, it can be found out. Asbagu gritted his teeth and said, how could I not know? But, I only know the situation from CP1 to CP8. Yes, we are CP9, the 9th CP that should not exist. Because OM has certain privileges, our identities cannot be made public. Although we are doing this in the name of justice, if some citizens do not cooperate with the government, we have the right to execute him, on the spot. Asbagu refuted. Nonsense, how can we tolerate you killing people arbitrarily in the name of justice? Luchi continued. Some people in the world government have changed their minds. Instead of worrying about the danger of weapon resurrection, it is better to awaken the weapon, put an end to this great pirate age, and turn it into a fighting force for justice. But you adopted a non-cooperative attitude. Faced with the people who are still harmed by pirates all over the world, you actually said you would not save them. Asbagu was not brainwashed by Luchi's words. Nonsense. If the weapons are resurrected again, the world will start a life and death struggle, and the harm will be further expanded. It seems that you don't trust the government, Mr. Asbagu. I only know what human nature is, you brat. Advertisement. Chapter 64 Assassin. Advertisement. Bang. Luchi raised his foot and kicked Asbagu in the face. Be careful what you say. Do you think you are still my boss? Kagu, check his pulse. Kagu checked Asbagu's pulse according to Luchi's instructions. Asbagu was lying on the ground. He had been injured before and lost too much blood. He was kicked by Luchi again. At this time, except for breathing, he almost did not move. Ability. Mr. Asbagu, we just made a hypothesis. Just listen and your pulse will tell you the truth. First of all, you let us get the fake blueprints. From this point of view, there is a problem. You speculated that the criminals were from the government, so you deliberately exposed the fake blueprints. But if the people who come are not from the government, but just people who have a grudge against you, and just want to kill you, then the real design will lose its owner, let alone be passed down. You are not stupid enough. Didn't think of that possibility. You clearly know that possibility, but you haven't entrusted the real design to anyone yet. That means you have actually entrusted it to someone. At least, it's no longer in your hands. Quote. Asbagu gritted his teeth and said nothing, but his face darkened. At this time, his pulse was felt. No matter how disguised his face was, he could not deceive these agents. Of course, we don't have any evidence. Even under our constant surveillance and investigation over the past 5 years, you have not revealed any evidence. Moreover, the person who can be entrusted by you to accept this design drawing must be quite capable. Then, let's continue with our hypothesis. It has the signature of the designer on it. Just now, I took a closer look at the fake drawing that fooled us. It has the signature of the designer on it. Tom, Aspagu, Kadi Flam. The last company name is Tom Studio. Your original intention was to use that imaginary plan to lure the enemy out, but you never even dreamed that the enemy would be right in front of you. This was a miscalculation on your part. Compared to ordinary thieves who don't know the truth, this is just a piece of waste paper. However, to us who have lived in this city for 5 years, this designer's name is unique. The legendary shipbuilder, Tom's Tom Studio, is actually a mysterious shipbuilding company. Although it was once on this island, there is no registration in the household register. It took us a lot of effort to find out that you are Tom's disciple. According to government information, Tom only has 2 disciples. One of them is said to have died in an accident 8 years ago. The government has confirmed this matter again and again. There should be no problem. However, I have an impression of the name Kadi Fram. It was 4 years ago. There was a man walking through the Carrera company. Come to visit you at the gate, he once claimed this life. Advertisement. I remember it too. Jonifa said that as her secretary, she was the one to inform Asbagu. Kagu also said, I am also impressed. In other words, Tom's other disciple is still alive and still in this city, but he has changed his name to Frankie. Quote. Aspagu's body couldn't help trembling, and veins popped up on his forehead. It seems so. I didn't expect that guy to have such a relationship with you. Kagu felt Asbagu's pulse and confirmed it immediately. However, Asbagu and Frankie had never dealt with each other, and he did not expect that the two would be brothers. As for Frankie, we can't find out his origins at all. He is engaged in shipbreaking work. Although he is domineering, he is not pretentious. I see, we will only make inferences based on the facts, and this dead man happens to be a blind spot. Frankie's family will take the wood to the shipyard to sell it. If they cooperate well, you will have more chances of handing him the design drawings. Now that I think about it, he is neither far nor close to you, so he will least arouse suspicion from others. The design drawings are not in your hands, so your tough attitude is easy to understand. If the trustee is your only junior brother, then your behavior of not entrusting it to any foreman of Carrera Company is understandable. Okay, the whole thing will fall into place. Your ever-increasing pulse further proves this point. Thank you for taking care of me. You are no longer useful. We need to go find Frankie. Aspagu lay on the floor and roared. Sudden. Boom. Advertisement. The wall and door shattered simultaneously. Luffy and Zoro rushed in. Where is Robin? Luffy. Robin was shocked to see Luffy and others appear. Luchi's face darkened. Do you want to cause trouble? Robin, I finally found you. Wait a minute, what's going on? Nami was a little confused when she saw the scene in the house, and Barry was also confused. At this time, his former companions were all wearing strange clothes, including the one who attacked him just now. Mr. Aspagu was lying on the ground looking seriously injured. Mr. Aspagu, what on earth is going on? Barry, why didn't you run away? Aspagu's previous order to Barry was to let him escape with the blueprint. What's going on? They look like killers who want to take your life. Why are you dressed like this? Hey, Jonifa, Bluno, Kagu, Luchi, stop joking. Barry was a little broken at this time. The face-blind Luffy also recognized it at this time. Yes. They all work with you. That guy is the guy who raises pigeons, right? I've seen that guy with the square nose too. Zoro was responsible for looking after the ship before, and met Kagu to check the condition of the ship's hull. Nami had an unbelievable guess. Could it be that the assassin is one of our own? Advertisement. Chapter 65 Showdown. Advertisement. Barry, actually, we are government intelligence agents. If we apologize to you, will you forgive us? We are good partners who get along day and night and build ships together. If it's too sudden and you can't believe it, I can step on Asbagu's face and prove it to you. By this time, Luchi no longer needed to pretend, it was a complete showdown. Luchi's words made Barry furious. Are you kidding me? You be asterisk 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 D, can't you speak? You actually treat me like a fool. Rope knife whip. Barry swung the rope with the knife towards Luchi. Finger pistol. Luchi dodged the rope in an instant and rushed in front of Barry. His right index finger pierced Barry's chest, piercing his body. Luffy quickly shouted. Are you okay? The guy with the rope. Why you? Barry recalled everything he had with several people and struggled to stand up. Jonifa was the sexy woman he had a crush on, Bluno was the bar owner he often went to, and he would treat him to a drink even if he was poor. Kagu and Luchi is his best friend. But it turned out that these were all lies. Forget it, you can't escape death anyway. My friend, I'm very sad too. Luchi said coldly, without any hint of sadness, and was ready to end Barry's life. Luchi. B asterisk 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 D. Asbagu roared when he saw it. Stop it. Luffy couldn't help but take action, raised his leg and kicked Luchi, but Luffy caught him with one hand. Rubber. Machine gun. Iron body. Bang bang bang. Luffy's fists landed on Luchi like a machine gun, and Luchi hit them all hard. What? It doesn't work at all. You are so annoying. Shave. Call out. Luchi's figure disappeared. Disappeared. Finger pistol. Luchi appeared again and was in front of Luffy, pointing his finger on Luffy's throat. Luffy. Cough cough cough. Cough cough. Luffy fell to the ground, covering his neck and coughing continuously. If it were an ordinary person, there would be a hole in the neck and you would be killed on the spot, Rubber Man. Advertisement. Luffy quickly stretched out his arms, grabbed Barry, and pulled Barry behind him. Straw Hat, what do you want to do? You want to kill him, right? Didn't you two work together before? That was before, but it's not anymore. Hey, Robin, why are you with a guy like this? Even if you want to leave us, you have to give a reason. Don't you understand me? I have already said goodbye to Mr. Cook and Mr. Ship's doctor. Didn't they tell you? Chopper shouted. I told them, but I can't accept it. Why, Robin? It's to realize my wish, which is absolutely impossible to achieve with you. In order to achieve my goal, I will not hesitate to make any sacrifices. Luchi interrupted several people and said, I'm sorry, please stop here. We have to find an important person quickly now. We are very busy. This house is no longer useful, and so are you. Ganifa, how much time do you have? Janifa glanced at her watch. 2 minutes. I'm sorry, but in 2 minutes, this house will be in flames. What? Luffy and others were shocked. If you don't want to be burned alive, you'd better leave this house as soon as possible, but the premise is that you have the ability to leave here. Zoro clenched the handle of the knife. It seems they want us to disappear together, and Nico Robin seems to want to be with them. Luffy, can you agree with Robin's departure? How could it be possible? Let's do it. The pirate empress of the 7 warlords of the sea is still on this island, as well as the mysterious security company. Avoid long nights and get rid of these guys. Blueno quickly rushed towards Luffy, Kagu faced Zoro, and Janifa dealt with Nami and Chopper. Get away. UB ************. D. Luffy kicked Blueno in the face. Iron body. Why are these guys so hard-bodied? Our bodies are trained like steel armor. Rubber. Machine gun. Paper arts. Blueno's body was like a piece of paper, dodging all Luffy's attacks by a hair's breadth. I'm not just good at defense. Rubber. Bullet. Shave. Disappeared again. Luffy missed a hit, and Blueno's voice came from behind. He also has strong legs that can disappear suddenly. Damn it. Luffy turned around and punched. Moonwalk. Blueno lightly stepped on the air and flew into the air. Advertisement. Yeah, Nami and Chopper had been knocked down by Janifa at this time. Nami. Roronoa Zoro, do you still have time to care about others? Finger pistol. Bang. Kagu's fingers pierced Zoro's body like bullets. Zoro. Snapped. Luffy's face was grabbed by Luchi. Tempest kick. Luchi raised his foot and kicked Luffy. Poof. Luffy, who was not afraid of blunt force attacks, suffered a cut on his body. Ooh, who are you? Barry looked at Luchi and the others in despair and disbelief. We grew up in different environments. CP9 members have been prepared to sacrifice for the government since they were young. In addition, we also received training beyond the limits of the human body, thus acquiring 6 superhuman skills called the 6 styles. The 4 of us are people entrusted with important responsibilities by the world government. You should have experienced it yourself. Our capabilities are completely different from yours, just a pirate group. After Luchi finished speaking, he quickly took action. Finger pistol. Bang. Luchi put a finger into Luffy's wound, and he was very cruel. Luffy. Zoro immediately drew his sword. Luchi appeared in front of Zoro, grabbed Zoro's blade, and kicked Zoro in the face. Boom boom boom. Zoro's body flew out, smashing walls one after another, and he was already unconscious when he stopped. Blueno and Janifa tied several people up with ropes. Flames were also burning in the building after last night. You will be completely reduced to ashes with the flames here. Let's go. Luchi led the people away, and in a blink of an eye the fire covered the entire building. Not long after Luchi and others left, 3 figures appeared quietly in the room. They were Zyan, Shisui and Itachi who had been watching the show before. Advertisement. Chapter 66 The mission is coming. Advertisement. How miserable. Zyan said. He had watched it again, but seeing it with his own eyes was still more immersive than watching anime. Shisui and Itachi also nodded. Although they didn't know the whole story, they got a general idea from the conversations between several people. The other party should have a terrifyingly powerful weapon design in their hands. The world government wanted to get it, so those people went undercover and lurked on the island for 5 years. They also have a general understanding of the world government in this world. There is no difference between the world government and the top management of Konoha village. The few people just now seem to be the Anbu Gen of Konoha village, who specialized in handling some shady matters. How's it going? Have you copied everything? Just now, Luchi and others showed all the 6 postures very kindly, and several people made copies. As long as they go back and practice hard, they can almost master them all. The 6 postures are very practical and are of certain help to the 3 of them. It can also be used to cultivate 28 family members and make the family stronger. What you learn in secret is fragrant. And Zyan has always focused on being versatile and not burdened. I may not use it, but I will never live without it. Ahem. Ooh, it's you. Barry heard the sound and reluctantly raised his head, recognizing Zyan. Please, help. Ahem. Save Mr. Aspagu. A bright smile appeared on Zyan's face and he said, "Don't worry, I will get you all out. Aspagu is a big customer, and the main purpose of coming here is for him. As a successful entrepreneur, you never have to wait for customers to come to your door, but take the initiative to find customers. As for the others, saving one is saving, and saving two is saving. These are also potential stocks, and it is quite profitable to let the future 4 emperors owe themselves a favor." Boom. A big hole was blown out of the wall of the house, and Xuanyan, Shisui and Itachi each rushed out of the hole with 2 people. Someone is out. Carrera Company employees who were outside trying to put out the fire noticed this. It's Mr. Aspaku and Mr. Barry. And the Straw Hat Crew. Is it really the Straw Hat Crew who did this? Advertisement. Zyan put everyone on the grass, and everyone gathered around. What a serious injury. Aspagu was shot 5 times yesterday, and he was shot again today, and was kicked to the ground by Luchi. At this time, he had lost too much blood and fell into a coma. Doctor. Okay, stop shouting, let me do it. Zyan said, well, is it easy for him to make some money? Aspagu looked like he was about to belch. Forget it, save people to the end, send Buddha to the west, and let this guy make up for everything after he wakes up. Zyan pressed his palm on Aspagu's wound, and green energy light emitted from his palm. Healing Jutsu, a medical ninjutsu used by the Konoha village medical ninja. There will inevitably be bumps and bruises when going out, and if you are injured, it will greatly affect your combat effectiveness. For this reason, Zyan also learned medical ninjutsu. Again, I may not use it, but I absolutely cannot live without it. I can't say when it will be useful, but I think it will be used now. What's this? Amazing. Mr. Aspagu's wounds have healed unexpectedly. The onlookers were shocked. They saw with their own eyes that the wounds on Aspagu's body were healing rapidly. In a short time, almost all the wounds on Aspagu's body were healed. Woo. Mr. Aspagu wakes up. Very good. It's great that he's okay. Everyone around cheered. Aspagu slowly opened his eyes and saw Zyan's face. Uchiha Xuanyan, was it you who rescued me? Well, that's right. My injury. Aspagu suddenly found that his body was no longer in pain. When he lowered his head, he saw that all the wounds on his body had healed miraculously. Mr. Aspagu, it was this gentleman who saved you and treated you. Advertisement. Hearing this, Aspagu felt very incredible, but he still thanked him. Mr. Uchiha Xuanyan, thank you very much. You're welcome, it's just a casual job. Zyan looked at Weasel and said, Weasel, put out the fire. Good. Itachi nodded, then jumped hard and landed on the building next to him. Amazing. These boatmen were very surprised to see Itachi jump to such a high rooftop with just one leap. This was no worse than those people just now. But I was a little curious as to what Itachi was doing there. Itachi quickly formed seals with his hands. Water-style Great Falls technique. Itachi spit out a huge water ball from his mouth. A huge water balloon landed on the Carrera headquarters building. He. It was like a basin of cold water poured on the cigarette butt. The blazing fire that seemed to never go out was extinguished by the water ball in an instant, and it could only make some squeaking sounds unwillingly. What? Everyone's eyes were about to pop out when they saw this scene, and they all couldn't believe it. What is this? How can a person spit out so much water? Is this demon fruit power? The city of 7 waters is the largest shipyard in the world, and the information is well developed. Everyone who lives here knows about the existence of devil fruit, and has seen some ability users more or less. Mr. Zyan, this is. Zyan smiled and said, this is a ninjutsu, an ability unique to our Uchiha family, not a devil fruit ability. Aspagu's face became serious. Mr. Xuanyan, are you very strong? The corners of Zyan's mouth raised slightly, and the fish took the bait. It can't be said that it is very strong, it should be said that it is very strong. Just like what I said at the beginning, if you had hired me earlier, maybe I wouldn't be like this now. Narrowly escaped death. Aspagu shook his head helplessly, he could not imagine that such a thing would happen. His secretary and his capable subordinates are actually from world government. They have been lurking around him for 5 years just to get Pluton's design. I'd like to hire you to do something. Ding. Trigger side mission. First commission. Mission reward. I-Technique Amaterasu. Advertisement. Chapter 67. More money is required. Advertisement. Zyan's eyes lit up when he heard the voice in his mind. At first, he felt that the system was a bit useless, but after completing several tasks, the rewards given by the system were already very impressive. The Mangekyo Sharingan he obtained last time provided him with pupil power, which was very helpful to him. And he also discovered that the rewards given by the system and his own efforts can actually be superimposed. What the system gives is what the system gives, and what you work hard for is what you work hard for. He doesn't have to worry about his original Sharingan I technique being overridden. Amaterasu. This is a very domineering pupil technique that can release a wide range of black flames Amaterasu to burn the opponent, and the black flames will not disappear until the target is burned out. This pupil technique is actually of little use to Zyan now, but he can't stand up to this pupil technique. Burning Mariajoy or something, it's very exciting just thinking about it. Again, I can do without it, but I can't live without it. At this time, Robin. Luffy just woke up and yelled Robin's name. When he looked up, he realized that Robin was no longer there. Zoro gritted his teeth and said, Robin, left with those guys. Zoro was the last to fall, watching helplessly as Luo Bao followed several people from the government. Robin. Why is she like this? Nami and Chopper were both a little lonely. They still failed to stop Robin and were defeated by the other party. If Uchiha Xuanyan hadn't arrived to save them, they might have perished in the fire together. Aspagu looked at Luffy and others and said, I have something to tell you about Robin. What about Robin? Advertisement. Well, first of all, I'm very sorry. I wronged you. I will explain this misunderstanding clearly later. What I want to talk about is Nico Robin. Do you know something? Nami looked at Aspagu. Has she become a little weird since she came to this town? Yes. After entering the city, she suddenly disappeared. This morning, she supported the prosperity of the assassination attempt. When our companions finally found her, she said she never wanted to come back. We are confused. Tonight I came here again just to ask her directly why she left. I can tell you about that. Aspagu began to explain his previous conversation with Robin in the room. Aspagu wanted to kill Robin because Robin had the ability to awaken the ancient weapon. He did not want this power to be obtained by the world government, otherwise it might be the world carries the danger of destruction. In the end, she was subdued by Robin, and she also learned from Robin the reason why she left with CP9. CP9 made two conditions for her. One was to blame the assassination on the Straw Hat crew, and the other was to leave her at the disposal of the government. Because Spandam, the commander of CP9, got the Buster call. That was an emergency order that could mobilize the 5 vice admirals of the naval headquarters and 10 warships. If she doesn't accept the terms, they will use Buster Call against the Straw Hat crew. In order to protect Luffy and others, she would not hesitate to awaken the dangerous ancient weapon. On an issue that concerns the lives of people all over the world, that woman actually chose to let the 6 of you live. My blueprints might also be taken away, so I didn't blame her with all my strength. Aspagu felt regretful when he mentioned this. It's so good. Wah. Luffy and Chopper both burst into tears streaming down their cheeks. That woman, didn't she betray us? Zoro held back tears. Although he was always rude to Robin, after this period of time, he also regarded Robin as his partner. Nami finally breathed a sigh of relief and covered her mouth with tears streaming down her face. It's so great that Robin didn't betray us. Then, Luffy jumped up. We can't stay here any longer, we must bring Robin back. Yes, we must bring Robin back. But where are they? Advertisement. If you want to go find Robin, do it now. At 11 o'clock tonight, the special sea train for government personnel will set sail. Those guys will probably reach that train. That's the last sea train, and it will be out of service for a while because the tsunami is coming soon. What time is it now? 10:30. Then there are only 30 minutes left. Let's go quickly. Several people hurriedly ran towards the train station. That's right. That's Zyan, thank you for saving us. When Luffy ran away, he remembered and waved to Zyan to express his gratitude. Mr. Uchiha Xuanyan, let's talk about the employment conditions now. Please say, Mr. Uchiha, first of all, I want to explain to you that this employment may be against the world government. If you don't want to provoke the world government, then this employment will be cancelled. Luffy and others went to find Robin, but he didn't quite believe that Luffy and others could rescue Robin. After all, he witnessed with his own eyes how Luffy and others beat Luffy and others. The strength gap between the two sides is too big. If you want to regain Robin and the design, the best way is to use external force. Uchiha Xuanyan runs a security company and specializes in such things. Especially just now, Uchiha Itachi showed great strength at a young age. He was able to spit out lake-like water from his mouth Li Hao and extinguish the blazing fire. In addition, the pirate Empress Boa Hancock, one of the 7 warlords of the sea, only serves as the vice president of Uchiha Security Company. She also has her own injuries. He knows best how serious his injuries are, but as a result, he seems to be unscathed now. This is all because of the mysterious young man in front of him. Zyan touched his chin. World government. To be honest, I really don't want to provoke world government. After all, no one wants to provoke such a powerful force as world government, but I am not afraid of world government. Like this time, Mr. Aspagu, if you had hired me yesterday, even if the world government came to trouble you, I would have sent them all away. Actually, there is only one decisive factor that determines whether I can provoke the world government. What? Got extra money. Advertisement. Chapter 68. The picture shows the poor dagger. Advertisement. Quote exclamation mark quote. Aspagu was confused when he heard Zyan's words. Didn't you say that you were unwilling to provoke the world government, and you thought it was such a difficult condition? But you told me, I need to pay more. To be honest, Aspagu has almost no concept of money or anything like that. As the largest shipyard in the world, it is also the president of the shipbuilding company designated by the world government. This status is like the aggregation of several major car brands in the world in Zyan's previous life. Making money is really too easy for Aspagu. He will never be able to spend all the money he earns in his lifetime, so he can only use it for charity. Even if Zyan said 100 million berries a day, he could afford it. How much do you want? 1 billion, 2 billion, 3 billion, or 10 billion? Zyan's mouth twitched when he heard this, and Shisui and Itachi were also frightened by Aspaku's wealth. The rich people in this world are so arrogant, I like them. No, it doesn't take that much. My plan is for the Seven Waters capital to sign a long-term security contract with our Uchiha clan. What contract? The security contract means that we, Uchiha Security Company, will be responsible for the security of the entire Seven Waters City 230. At this time, Zyan also expressed his condition. That's right, 1 or 2 commissions are not Zyan's goal at all. What he wants is a long-term meal ticket. It's as if Konoha Village is a special forces unit affiliated with the Fire Nation. The Fire Nation provides Konoha Village with a large amount of military spending every year. At the same time, Konoha Village also accepts tasks from other dignitaries to gain profits. To be honest, Zyan felt that a large part of the military expenditure provided by the Fire Nation to Konoha Village every year was taken away by the old guy from 3rd Hokage to support his family. Advertisement. As long as you sign a security agreement contract, no matter whether pirates, marines or the world government come to harass you, our Uchiha Security Company will be responsible for the security here. Are you really not afraid of offending the world government? Doesn't the other party want to compete with the world government for the ownership of the Seven Waters capital? The world government will definitely not agree and will target the Uchiha Security Company. Zyan chuckled and said, people die for money and birds die for food. If you don't even have this courage, why open a security company? It's only a matter of time before we confront the world government. From the moment he came to this world, he knew that sooner or later he would face the world government. He is not the kind of person who can bend down. Anyone who provokes him will definitely take revenge. If he hadn't had too many acquaintances in Konoha Village and his promise to the 4th Hokage not to betray the village, he would have killed the 3rd generation and the 4 old guys Danzo, Udatane Kaharu, and Mitokado Homura long ago. Since they will face each other sooner or later, why not take advantage of this opportunity to make a fortune? Since you dare to do this, I will sign it. I hope you can protect the Straw Hat crew this time. After all, I wronged them. I also hope that I can leave the Pluton design to you for safekeeping. Zyan raised his eyebrows when he heard this. Trust me so much. We don't seem to have this kind of trusting relationship, right? There are 3 ancient weapons in the world of One Piece who have the title of God. They are Pluton, Pluto, Poseidon, Uranus. Pluton is the most evil battleship in the history of shipbuilding. It was a super battleship once built by the Seven Waters. It can destroy an island with one shot. It is now buried in Wano Kuni. Poseidon is a mermaid princess who has the ability to communicate with the Sea Kings. The king of the Sea Kings has the ability to talk to the Sea Kings and command them. The current Poseidon is Princess Shirahoshi of the Fishmen Island. Uranus, Zyan doesn't know, One Piece was not finished when he traveled through time. This point makes Zyan a little regretful. That guy Sid Tien is really good at dragging him. He has been dragged through time and he is not finished yet. It should be over now, but it's a pity that I can't see it. Well, it doesn't seem like I can't see it. To be honest, it's hard for me to trust others now. I'm betting, just like I bet that Nico Robin won't resurrect the ancient weapon. Advertisement. Aspagu's voice was trembling as he spoke. The betrayal of his trusted secretary and trusted subordinates made him even more suspicious of the evil of human nature. If he continues to keep this Pluton design, the world government will definitely come to visit him, and more people may be harmed by then. Pluton design drawing. Just having the design drawing is not enough, Pluton needs to be awakened and other external forces are needed. It would be better to hand over the Pluton design drawings to Zyan. If Zyan goes against the world government, he will definitely not hand over the design drawings to the world government. Okay, this is really a hot potato, but you don't have to be so pessimistic. If the sky falls, there will still be tall people holding onto it, and the world cannot be controlled by just one Pluton. If that's really the case, then why are all those ancient weapons gone and the world is still fine? Aspagu was slightly startled when he heard Zyan's words, and then felt a little relieved. Yes, why did he think so much? The world government is not stupid. Even if they get Pluton, what will happen to them and destroy the world? Most of the world now belongs to the world government, so why do they want to destroy the world? Aspagu was a little stunned. His impression of world government was so bad that he had never thought about it. Yes, the world government now has more than 170 member states, and they will not destroy themselves even if they want to. The most they want to destroy are the 7 warlords of the sea and the New World 4 emperors who don't obey the world government. Besides, do you think those 4 emperors in New World are vegetarians? Don't underestimate this world. Poseidon, Pluton. He doesn't know what the situation is with Uranus, but it is very likely that it is in the hands of the world government, or more accurately, the master behind the world government, who is respectfully called Lord I Am, by the 5 elders. As for Poseidon and Pluton, Poseidon is just a crying mermaid girl, and others don't know it yet. Pluton is a battleship, and battleships can be destroyed. Sorry, I lost my temper a little. It's okay. It's understandable. It's a pleasure to work with you. Won't you tell me how much it costs? Zyan showed a confident smile. As for the cost, we can discuss it slowly after this matter is over. Advertisement. Chapter 69. Don't be afraid. Advertisement. Shipyard Blue Station entrance. At this time, the entrance to the Blue Station was filled with Marine and world government officials. CP9 will be here soon. Nico Robin, you get in the car first. Robin didn't seem to hear. Don't be so slow. Hey, hurry up and get her in the car. The world government official Gechi who came to Aspagu during the day yesterday issued an order. Yesterday, he left in despair because of the presence of the Empress. But it was still successful. Aspagu is really a stupid guy. If he had handed him over early, why risk your own life? What an idiot. Yes, hee, the woman who has been running away for 20 years has finally learned her lesson. In the corner, Sanji stared here. It looks like she is being escorted. With those people, if she wants to escape, it should be no problem. Is she of any use? Or is there a reason why she can't jump? Mr. Gochi, it's CP9. Luchi came over here with a few people, and Bluno was carrying Usopp and Frankie on his shoulders. Where are you taking me? Bastards, I will never let you go. Many Marines stationed on the island were surprised when they saw the visitor. They did not expect that Rob Luchi was actually a member of CP9. And Jonifa, Kagu, Bluno, these are all familiar characters in the capital of Seven Waters. They went to the Bluno pub for drinks countless times, never expecting that the other party was actually someone from the legendary CP9. Government officials and Marines all lined up to welcome him. Mr. Luchi, coat. A man diligently put a gorgeous coat on Luchi. Don't be too exaggerated. We are not here to play. Please concentrate. Everyone, get in the car. Let's go immediately. Although he is confident that he will not be weaker than the 7 warlords of the sea, he does not want to conflict with the 7 warlords of the sea. Yes, everyone get on the sea train. Get ready to sail to Enies lobby. Tisk, I've been causing trouble for you all this time. Even though you've left us, you're still going to cause us trouble. Seeing Usopp being captured, Sanji was a little helpless. Luffy had a falling out with Usopp before because the boat was no longer saleable and needed to buy a new boat. Usopp announced that he was leaving the Straw Hat Pirates. Now that Usopp was captured, he couldn't just watch it. The last train bound for Enies lobby was originally scheduled to depart from Seven Waters City Blue Station at 11 o'clock. Due to the approaching tsunami, it will depart early. This train is about to depart. Damn it, is it about to open? Sanji knew there was no time to delay, so he had to sneak into the car first. Our mission is basically completed. Advertisement. In the first-class cabin, Jonifa said. Luchi frowned and said, don't say such things easily before arriving, idiot. Although it is not superstitious, talking before completely completing the task is not a good sign. Sorry, although I have lived here for 5 years, I have no nostalgia for this island at all. He has been building ships for the past 5 years, which makes the skills he has cultivated all these years useless. He hates this place, and he hates shipbuilding even more. The train was preparing to leave soon, and Luffy and others rushed over at this time. Robin. Robin heard Luffy's voice, looked out the window, and saw Luffy and several others rushing towards this side. Luffy. Straw Hat. Luchi was surprised when he saw Luffy. He didn't expect that Luffy and the others were still alive. He had just dealt a cruel blow. They're actually still alive, Kagu asked. Do you want us to deal with them? No, no need. The tsunami is coming soon. If you delay any longer, you won't be able to leave the island. Let those Marines deal with these pirates. It is the job of those Marines to catch the pirates. They have lived in the Seven Waters capital for 5 years and are very aware of the power of tsunami Akua Laguna, and the speed of this tsunami is also very unusual. Yes, soon, those Marines who had not yet boarded the train formed their formations. Toot toot. The train whistled and then started to slowly start. It's Straw Hat. Attack. Bang bang bang. Marine immediately shot at Luffy and others. Luffy rushed forward regardless, stretched his hands back, and Zoro knocked the bullet away with his knife. ... Please give me flowers. What? Bullets have no effect on it. Rubber. Bazooka. Bang. Advertisement. Wah. Luffy's arm stretched out and hit many Marine soldiers, and many Marine soldiers were immediately knocked upside down. Suddenly, a loud voice sounded. Stand up. All Marine looked over and saw a man with a face as scary as a skeleton, wearing 50 pieces of armor and carrying a big knife on his back. Colonel T. Peng. Stand up. Don't be afraid. You are Marine. If you fall, how many ordinary people will shed blood and tears? 0. I want to tell everyone. In this unequal world, there is still justice. Even if my hands and feet are broken, I will stand up and resist until the end. Because our Marine responsibility is to protect the safety of innocent people. Colonel T. Peng. All the Marines were inspired by Colonel T. Peng's words, and they all stood up to resist. Get out of the way. Give Robin back to me. Luffy rushed over. Zoro held a knife between his teeth and said, Luffy, I'll deal with this guy. You go and catch the train. Roronoa Zoro, I'm Colonel Naval Headquarters. I'm going to cut you in half. Right-angled flying bird. Peng Big Bird. Santo Ryu Gyuki Yonclaw. Boom. Click. Colonel T. Peng's knife was cut off, and he himself was injured and fell to the ground and passed out. Rubber. Luffy stretched his arms to grab the train and grabbed it on the guardrail at the tail of the train. But before Luffy could get up, many Marines swarmed up and pounced on Luffy regardless of their own safety, pinning Luffy down. We will never let you get on the bus. Soon, the train exceeded the limit distance of Luffy's arm, and Luffy and the others could only watch the train leave. Robin. Damn it. 1000. Advertisement. Chapter 70 Sword Cutting Tsunami. Advertisement. After a while, the shadow of the train disappeared. Luffy and the others were very unwilling and had already chased him here, but in the end they still let them take away Robin. On the train, Luchi looked at Robin and said, isn't this the result you most want to see? At least your partners are still alive. As long as you cooperate with the government, we can promise not to cause trouble to them again. If you don't cooperate, then you just wait to collect their bodies. Blue Station entrance. Nami suddenly shouted. Don't give up. I'm going to chase. I will never let you go. Those hateful guys from the government. Chopper said. Yes, it's not time to give up yet. Luffy and Zoro also came to their senses. It was too early to give up now. They would never give up without rescuing their companions. Nami shouted to Barry, who was following him. Lend us a boat, be strong. You want to go to sea. You don't understand Aqua Laguna. I will beat this. It can't be compared with the tsunami you know as, May 43. The sea will soon become violent with strong winds, which is very scary. Going to the sea now is like going to die. But, Robin even risked his life for us. Suddenly, a huge wave came over here. Everyone on the platform was blown away by the huge wave. After a while, the huge waves receded and all the clocks on the platform were destroyed. Several people all turned into drowned rats. How can it be so powerful? It's just getting closer now. It will be more powerful later. The power of Aqua Laguna this time is extraordinary. Barry had been in the capital of Seven Waters for many years and felt that this tsunami was obviously unusual. Hey, is there any problem with the sea train Robin is riding on? Nami was also a little worried about Robin's safety at this time. After all, facing a tsunami on the sea, no matter how powerful a person is, his life may be in danger. What's more, Robin still has demon fruit power and cannot swim at all. The sea train should be able to rush out of the stormy sea before the tsunami comes. As long as it is not hit, ordinary waves can still pass through. At this time, a voice came from the platform. Hello. Are you Miss Nami? I found a letter for you on the square in front of the station. Was it written by your partner? Believe, you can actually see something so small. Nami walked up to the platform in confusion and saw someone writing a few big words on the wall. Miss Nami, please take a look at this. Below is a big arrow, which is very conspicuous. That idiot. Zoro asked, what did that guy write? Nami opened the letter. The first half is a boring love letter, and the second half, Sanji got on the train just now. Usopp is also there. There is also a big ringman with a slicked back hair. It must be Frankie. They had a conflict with Frankie's family, and it must be the guy with the big back. By the way, there is a little phone bug with this letter. Advertisement. Okay, you can use this to contact us. Snapped. Luffy clapped his fists and cheered up again. So Robin and Sanji are waiting for us in front. We have to go to Enies' lobby as soon as possible. Usopp is here too. Who cares about him? Usopp left the Straw Hat Pirates and had a fight with Luffy. Luffy is still angry with Usopp. Brickmaking warehouse behind the waste treatment plant. Luffy and others followed Barry here. As soon as I entered here, I saw a train parked here. Oh, so handsome. When Luffy and Chopper saw this train, they immediately looked at each other, because the front of the train is in the shape of a shark, which looks very cool. Aspagu got out of the car with tools. This guy's name is Rocket Man. It's a rogue sea train that cannot carry passengers. Runaway sea train. Awesome. Zyan and the other three also got off the train. Is it you? Luffy immediately recognized Zyan and the others. Aspagu explained. Frankie was captured. That guy is my junior brother. I couldn't ignore him, so I hired them to bring Frankie back safely. Zyan. Empress Hancock's voice sounded. She looked up and saw Hancock walking over quickly. Zyan, where are you going? I'm going too. Zyan shook his head. Not this time. What we are going to fight against this time is the world government, and it is not the time for you to officially break up with the world government. The 7 warlords of the sea may be able to beat the Marines without the government pursuing them, but this time it's the Enies lobby, which is nominally the judicial branch of the world government. In any world, the judiciary is a very important place. If the Empress confronts Enies lobby, she will be immediately removed from Shichibukai, and Marine will also have an excuse to attack Amazon Lily. That's where his family business is. He has only been in this world for a short time now, and he doesn't want to get involved if necessary. After a period of time, the family becomes stronger and there is no need to fear the world government. That's okay. Although Hancock has some love brain now, he is not an idiot. He immediately understood that what Zyan said was correct. Zyan touched Hancock's head and said, be good. Just wait here with peace of mind for me to come back. You know, if I want to leave, no one can stop me. Okay. Hancock was concerned but confused. After hearing Zyan's words, she remembered that Zyan could not only fly, but also move instantly. No one could stop him. Uncle, are you driving the train? Luffy looked at Aspagu and asked. Aspagu shook his head. I can't, but I have already found a driver. Advertisement. Driver. Who is it? A voice sounded behind several people. It's me. When I turned around, I saw an old woman standing behind with a drink in hand. Are you the station master of that mobile station? They were introduced to Aspagu by this old woman. Grandma Kokoluo, you are here. I never thought I would drive this guy one day. Excuse me, Grandma Kokoluo, rush to the sea along the waterway. As long as you can reach the Big Keto, it will be considered a success. No problem, I'm a veteran, you can take a good rest here. Let's go. Boom. The train started to move and soon passed the exit and landed on the sea. But as soon as it hit the sea, the tide on the sea moved away at an extremely fast speed. Then, boom, boom. A terrifying shaking sound came from afar. Everyone looked up and saw a huge tsunami that was 70 to 80 meters tall coming towards us. A huge wall of water seemed to appear on the sea. What is that? Oops. The train will be destroyed. Get them back. Asbagu shouted in horror when he saw this scene. No, it's too late. At this time, everyone in the train was also dumbfounded. They did not expect that they would encounter a tsunami just after entering the sea. It's over. It's over. At this time, a person stood on the top of the locomotive. It's that boy. What is he going to do on 5.2? Everyone standing on the city wall all recognized Zyan. It was Zyan who rescued Mr. Asbagu and others from the sea of fire. Zyan stretched his shoulders and stretched his muscles and said with a faint smile, after all, the contract has been signed, and you still have to work hard, so you can negotiate a high price when negotiating remuneration. Zyan said as he slowly pulled out the knife from his waist. The water droplets falling on Zanyan's blade were silently cut in half. Great knife. Zoro's pupils shrank when he saw Zanyan's black sun sword. He was a swordsman and was very sensitive to knives. When Zanyan's sword was pulled out, he felt his hairs rising. He even felt like he was being beheaded. The illusion of two halves. Zyan raised the knife high, armament hockey wrapped it around the knife, and chakra also covered it. Zyan concentrated on breathing, and the expression on his face was a little excited. The strong wind began to swirl around Zanyan's body. At about the same time, a knife struck forward. Open it. Advertisement. Chapter 71. That's giving away. Advertisement. A huge slash struck from Zanyan's sword. Boom 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 boom. Wah, ooh oh. The huge tsunami and the entire sea were split in half by Zanyan's knife. The sea water was cut like silk, and the sea water continued to spread to both sides, one wave after another, surging. The momentum that seemed to destroy everything before was all cut off by Zanyan's sword. The tsunami spread to both sides and actually crossed the entire Seven Rivers city. Everyone's chins were almost hanging on the ground, their eyeballs were wide open, and they looked at Zyan with eyes full of disbelief. Kakakaka. Many people cannot close their jaws. Aspagu looked at the scene in front of him in shock. The tsunami Aqua Laguna, which brought a huge threat to the capital of Seven Waters every year, was so easily split open by that man. It turns out that what the young man said was probably true. They who had ridiculed Zyan before were the real clowns. But no one would have thought that such a young boy could actually have such strong strength, and that he might actually be able to complete his commission. Moreover, he also somewhat understands why Uchiha Schwanyan said that we will discuss the contract later, and now he is going to re-examine the security amount. Only Empress Hancock looked at the scene in front of her calmly. She had seen Uchiha Schwanyan's strength. It was not difficult for him to split this tsunami. But the figure splitting the tsunami was so handsome. She felt that her heartbeat was constantly accelerating. Was this love? She really wanted to be by his side all the time. Zoro watched Zanyan's body tremble, and he saw the figure of the man in Zyan. The world's greatest swordsman, Mahawk. This man has swordsmanship and powerful strength that are no less than the world's greatest swordsman. How is this possible? How old is Mahawk? And this young man is obviously several years younger than himself, yet he has such strength at such a young age. Advertisement. Who are you? How could he be an unknown person with such powerful swordsmanship? I am Uchiha Schwanyan, now the president of Uchiha Security Company, nothing else. He has only been in this world for a month, and he is still somewhat famous in the Hokage world, but here he is still an unknown person, without even a decent name. I want to challenge you. Let's fight with me. Hey, are you crazy? There were 3 foremen who came with him in the carriage. They were all shocked when they heard Zoro's words. If Zoro had challenged Uchiha Schwanyan before, they would have had the mentality of watching. But now, Uchiha Schwanyan has become an invincible monster in their eyes. Wouldn't it be like asking for death to challenge him now? That's a guy who can even split a tsunami. Why? This is my dream, and it is also for an agreement with only one, and I meet such a powerful swordsman. If I don't challenge him, I will regret it for the rest of my life. Forget it, you are too weak. If you want to challenge me, just wait until you practice for a few more years. I am coming. Zoro bit the handle of the knife, stood on the train and rushed towards Zyan regardless of it. Zyan turned on Sharingan and glanced at Zoro lightly. Bang! Zoro's body froze, and then he knelt on the ground, breathing heavily, with a look of fear on his face, and water kept flowing from his forehead. Zoro, what's wrong with you? Luffy and Nami were a little worried when they saw Zoro suddenly kneeling on the ground and didn't know what happened. I'm still alive. What are you talking about? Luffy was confused by Zoro's words. Why are you still alive? When did you die? Advertisement. Zoro looked at Zyan, and he immediately understood that Zyan must have done it just now. He clearly remembered that he attacked Zyan. He tried his best but was easily resisted by Zyan, and was killed instantly by Zyan. He had no power to resist. The feeling was so real that he even felt like his body was being split in half. But now my body is clearly intact, so could it be that everything just now was an illusion? Was it those eyes? Zoro had a guess. Zanyan's eyes were really special. Those eyes were obviously not something ordinary people could have. But is it really just an illusion? No, he can feel it. If he really takes action against it, the result may not be any different from the illusion. The level gap between myself and this person is really too big. Zyan looked at Zoro and said lightly, Fearlessness is a valuable quality that allows you to exert combat power beyond your own limits in battle, but fear is the driving force for people to move forward. Only with fear can you continue to push yourself and make yourself stronger. Become stronger. Don't just challenge someone when you see them. I can be merciful to you, but that doesn't mean others will be merciful to you. Challenge 580 Battle. A challenge is only when there is a chance of winning. If there is no chance of winning, relying only on miracles is giving away. There is only one life, and if it is gone, it is gone. Instead of having the consciousness to throw away your life to challenge, it is better to work hard to become stronger. If you accumulate more and challenge again, you will have a greater chance of winning. After all, in any world, being weak is the original sin. After Zyan finished speaking, he returned to the carriage. Luffy and Zoro could listen to these words if they wanted to, but they could not listen if they didn't want to. Everyone can tell the truth, but only when you truly realize that you are weak can you truly understand. Nami looked at Zyan curiously. She could deeply understand Zyan's words, because she had experienced that since she was a child. Everything was because of weakness. Is weakness the original sin? Yeah, quack, quack. That's a good point, young man. Granny Kokoluo took a sip of beer and smiled at Zyan. Zyan smiled and said, it's just some small life insights, not nutritious. Yeah, quack, quack. Sit tight. The train is going to speed up. Ah, the person on the roof of the car was almost knocked over into the sea. Accelerating too fast. Granny Kokoluo laughed and said, this is not accelerating, this is losing control. Advertisement. Chapter 72. Giving too much. Advertisement. The train runs wildly on the sea. Everyone returned to the carriage. Because Zyan showed terrifying strength, everyone in the carriage seemed a little reserved except for Shisui, Itachi and Granny Kokura. Nami asked cautiously, by the way, why are so many people here? Barry gritted his teeth and said, I'm here to take revenge. The enemy who took away your companions was also the criminal who tried to kill Mr. Aspagu. There are also Jonifa, Kagu, and Luchi. They betrayed Carrera. The matter cannot be let go like this. Me too, the guy who hurt Mr. Aspagu must not be let go. Tellstone changed his weapon from a shotgun to a cannon. The previous sledgehammer was smashed and now it is directly loaded with firearms. Bipoli pressed his raised hair. It was our mistake that caused Mr. Aspagu to be injured, and I cannot forgive such a betrayal. Where is Mr. Zyan? We accepted the employment of Mayor Aspagu. This trip is mainly responsible for protecting your safety, so you don't need to pay too much attention to us. Why are we going against the world government? Nami is a little confused. If they want to break into Enies' lobby this time, they will be directly hostile to the world government. Didn't Zia Xuanyan say that he wants to open a security company? Being hostile to the world government will make it difficult for the company to move forward in the future. Zyan smiled and said, well, I don't want to be hostile to the world government. Who told Mayor Aspagu to give too much? By signing a long-term contract with Aspaku, the Uchiha clan is equivalent to the Konoha village of the Seven Waters capital. The continuous supply of funds can train a large number of skilled players for the Uchiha clan. Moreover, not only Mayor Aspagu gave too much, but the system gave even more. Nami was speechless. People who didn't know better thought that Zyan was a crazy poor man who would risk his life for money, but they knew that Zyan had emptied almost all of Sky Island's gold not long ago. According to the description of the local people, the size of the gold is almost as large as a small mountain. It is not an exaggeration to say that Zyan is as rich as the enemy. Anyway, thank you very much. That B*********** D who raises pigeons. I must beat that guy away with my own hands. Luffy clenched his fists and was suppressed by Luchi twice in a row. He was now very unstoppable. Sea train. I've seen it, I'll be there soon. Jonifa said that the speed of the sea train was very fast, and Luchi and others who set off first were almost arriving. Advertisement. I miss you so much, after all, I have been away for 5 years. Sleepless Island. Enies' lobby is also known as the island that never sleeps, because there is no night and day all year round. This is where Luchi and others work. Please open the door. Enies' lobby. Enies' lobby. The train slowly pulled into the station and stopped. CP9 is here. Take the prisoner out of the car. Marine soldiers pushed Frankie and Usopp, who were tied tightly, off the train. As expected of CP9. That woman is Nico Robin who the government has been hunting for 20 years. So beautiful. Thank you for your hard work on this long-term mission. World government officials stood in one row, and Marine soldiers stood in another row, lining the streets to welcome Luchi and others back. Open the front door. The door slowly opened, and Luchi and the others walked in. What the hell is this place? I've never been here. This is a waterfall. There is a big hole in the sea. What's going to happen to this island? After Frankie and Usopp entered the door, they were shocked by the sight in front of them. I saw a huge island suspended in front of the main entrance. The surrounding seawater not only fell, but looked like a waterfall. There was only one avenue leading to the tribunal in front. Shut up and leave. On the train, Sanji saw all the people outside and couldn't help but light a cigarette for himself. How should we get out now? Enies' lobby judiciary tower chamber. CP9 Chief Spandam said. Luchi and the others really wanted to come back and brought us the best gift. Today is the reunion of our 8 CP9 members after 5 years. Advertisement. But what's going on with this report? This time the plan to assassinate the Revolutionary Army branch chief clearly told you to kill 3 people, but you ended up killing 23 people. How do you explain it? Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, sir. It's all my fault. A man stood with his head on the ground in a prostrated posture, looking like a big upside-down frog. When Jebra saw this, he was furious and shouted, Facebook, don't do this, men can't bow their heads casually. I will explain the whole situation clearly to the commander. You do it for me. Quote, oh, okay, I'm sorry, sir, At this point, I can only commit harakiri and apologize. As he spoke, he drew the knife to stab himself. Stop talking nonsense, sir. We infiltrated on the day of the assassination in accordance with the order, but the secret was leaked. Fukuro unzipped his mouth and said, I told people in town about our assassination plan, cha bang bang. Jebra was dumbfounded. It's you again, Fukuro. What is the zipper on your mouth used for? Runaway train. Already seen Enies lobby. Finally it's almost here. Robin, I will definitely bring you back. Granny Kokoluo controlled the train to slow down and soon approached Enies lobby. What a big door, Qian Zhao. As soon as I approached Enies lobby, I was immediately shocked by the huge iron door behind Enies lobby. That is the door of justice. Once the prisoner enters, it is impossible to fully open the door of despair, where he will never see the light of day again. There is only a gap when escorting the prisoner in. Behind the door, like the calm belt of the Grand Line, is the lair of the large sea kings, which is impossible for ordinary ships to enter. If you want to rescue the captured prisoners, you must do it before they pass through that door. Boy Zyan, you are from a security company and a professional. Do you have any battle plan for rescuing the hostages? Several other people also looked at themselves expectantly, wanting to see how professionals rescued the hostages. Plan. It's not necessary. Just go in. Advertisement. Chapter 73. Just do it and it's over. Advertisement. Plan. Only the weak need a plan. When overwhelmed by absolute strength, there is no need for a plan. Just do it. Just rush in. There are thousands or even tens of thousands of people there. Barry had gone there several times for the purpose of building railways and knew the general population here. Then let me chop first. Now everyone showed an expression similar to that of a gorilla, a chop. If they didn't understand the weight of this sentence before. After the tsunami incident, they understood the weight of these words. If Zyan slashes down, Enies lobby may be broken into 2 halves. So don't think too much, go ahead and turn this Enies lobby upside down. Everyone couldn't help but smile when they heard this. With a master like Zyan here, it felt really reliable. Rubber rockets. Luffy stretched out his arms, grabbed the guardrail, and then quickly retracted, using the elastic force to rush towards the wall. What just flew by? Is there someone at the door? Intruder found. Shoot him down. Bang bang bang. The people below immediately aimed at Luffy and shot. Sanji heard the sound and looked out the window. Luffy jumped into the door with a slight leap. He ran inside the door. This is the main entrance. The main entrance is calling 973. Sir, in the front entrance of the main island. What's wrong? What's going on? Spandam picked up the phone. There is an intruder who has crossed the main gate and is rushing towards the front gate of the main island. It's just an intruder. Stay calm and get rid of him. Spandam didn't care. He was just an intruder. This was Enies lobby. The main gate guard also reported. This is the front gate of the main island. The intruder has been found. Deal with him now. Please don't worry. Xuanyan said to Shisui and Itachi. Let's go and have fun too. Shisui smiled and asked. How far do you want to go? It's just for fun. Just think of it as training. Shisui himself is very powerful. After activating the Mangekyo Sharingan, and now taking Thunder Fruit, Shisui's strength is already close to that of Admiral. Even if he keeps practicing, Admiral will not be Shisui's opponent. Enies lobby, as long as Shisui is willing, he can sink this island with one move. Clear. Advertisement. Shisui and Itachi flashed and appeared in front of the platform. Who? Another intruder. Kill them. The Enies lobby guard immediately raised his gun and prepared to attack CICE. Shisui and Itachi quickly rushed over. Bang bang bang. Ooh, hua. The 2 figures shuttled through the crowd, and everyone who met Shisui and Itachi was knocked down in one round. Their movements were crisp and clear, and their attacks were precise and not sloppy at all. Proof of calling again. There is an enemy invasion. Requesting support. Sizzling. What's wrong? Dorman, answer me. What happened? At this time, all the guards in front of the front had fallen to the ground. Zoro and others got off the train and were all frightened. So awesome. This is too powerful. Xuanyan is just that. He looks 17 years old, but Shisui looks only 14 years old, and Itachi is an 11-year-old child. Why are these 2 children so powerful? Fire-style Great Fireball technique. Looking at the huge door at the main entrance of Enies lobby, Itachi used Great Fireball. Call. A huge fireball fell on the front entrance of Enies lobby. Boom. The front entrance of Enies lobby was blown to pieces by the Great Fireball. What? Everyone was frightened again. Is he demon fruit power? No. Itachi hasn't taken devil fruit yet. As for Itachi's devil fruit, Zyan has already made a reservation in his mind. Zoro looked at the guards who fell on the ground with a very serious expression. These people were all defeated by the 2 teenagers, both of whom showed superb fighting skills. Even if he faced these guards, he couldn't deal with them in such a short period of time, which meant that his strength could not keep up with the youngest child. Miss Nami. Sanji saw Nami getting down from the train. Advertisement. Sanji, Robin and Usopp were brought in. Who are they? Sanji looked at Shisui and Itachi in confusion. The power shown by these two teenagers just now shocked him. They are here to help. This is Mr. Uchiha Schwanyan. It's him. Sanji had also been to Sky Island and knew that Zyan had moved all the gold from Sky Island. He didn't know why the other party would help them. I'll tell you this later. The most important thing now is to rescue Robin quickly. Let's go. Zyan stepped up the steps and walked forward. Several other people also quickly followed. Main island front door. Luffy fights with the guards. Boom. What? The main entrance was vandalized. When the guard saw that the main entrance was destroyed, his attention was drawn to it. Luffy took this opportunity to stretch his hands, grab the ring of the door, and flicked it hard, and the person passed over the door. I'm in a hurry, so I'm leaving now. Someone will be here soon. Goodbye. Etc. He ran inside. Want to go in? No, leave him to the people inside to deal with it. We'll deal with the guy coming from the main entrance. The guards had already seen Zyan and others appearing at the main entrance. You actually let him break into the main island. How did you do it? What happened to Uya and Cassie? Were they killed too? When Spandam heard the report from the phone bug, he was immediately furious. This was the sacred Enies lobby, but a straw hat boy broke into the main island. It was a great shame. No, it's midnight now, so they're still sleeping. Is it time to sleep now? Wake them up quickly. Wake up all the sleeping soldiers on the main island. It's just an intruder. No need to make such a fuss, sir, we are still here. Jebra felt that Spandam was making a fuss. They were CP9 and it was not a piece of cake to deal with the intruders. Idiot. This is the entrance to the world government, but it is the Enies lobby that symbolizes justice and sanctity. What does it mean to attack here? Even the most stupid person should know this. They actually broke into the main island just to save a comrade. This is our disgrace. How dare Straw Hat crew underestimate me? Spandam shouted angrily. Guard. What's the situation now? Guard. How many enemies are there? Where are they now? Answer quickly. Moses, this is the front door. The current situation is, all the guards outside the front door have been killed. Advertisement. Chapter 74 Small Scene. Advertisement. What did you say? The doorman outside the front door was killed. Who are you? Spandam suddenly realized that the guards had been killed, so how could he still report the situation to himself? Me. Of course I am the intruder. Zyan held the phone and said with a smile, all the guards at the front door had been knocked to the ground. Damn. Who are you? Me. My name is Uchiha Schwanyan, and I am the president of Uchiha Security Company. I am here mainly because my employer paid me to save people. Security company. How dare a mere security company attack Enies lobby? How audacious. Do you know about such a major crime? I know, but who asked the employer to give too much? Damn. You're dead. You're all dead, weasel. Uchiha Itachi understood the idea and the people quickly formed the seal. Fire-style great fireball technique. A huge fireball shot out of Uchiha Itachi's mouth. Exclamation mark exclamation mark exclamation mark. The front door of the main island was hit by a great fireball, and a big hole was blown out of the door. At this time, there were dense guards standing inside the door. All the guards surrounded Luffy and stared at him eagerly. Spandam just mobilized all the guards in Enies lobby. All the guards looked at the broken door. It was very oppressive to be stared at by so many people. Goo. There are too many people. Nami couldn't help but feel a sense of fear in her heart when she saw these people. Zoro and Sanji looked serious, and the three foremen of Bali were even more stressed. Yo, everyone, you're here. It's so fast. When Luffy saw Zyan and others, he immediately showed a hearty smile and raised his hand to say hello. At this time, Spandam's voice sounded on the radio. Ha ha ha. Damn intruders. There are 10,000 guards in Enies lobby. Once you break in here, don't even think about getting out again. All guards in Enies lobby, listen to my order, kill all the intruders. All the guards immediately raised their guns and attacked after receiving the order. Rubber storm. Luffy's fists fell on these guards like raindrops. Advertisement. 3 swordsman style 108 worries wind. Zoro also took action quickly, killing a large number of door guards with flying slashes. Sanji also entered the crowd, swept his legs, and kicked a guard away. From just now, they didn't even have a chance to take action. The enemies were all eliminated by Shisui and Itachi, and were carried away by 2 teenagers. This was not something to be happy about. They are here to rescue their comrades, so they should use the main force. Barry, Bipoli and Telestone also entered the scene one after another. Although they didn't want to admit it, as the foreman of the Seven Waters City, they had taught many arrogant pirates a lesson, but now they were reduced to the weakest group. Shisui and Itachi haven't been given a chance to show off at all. Now that they are facing so many opponents, they may just be trash. They have to show that they are not just here to show off. Shisui and Itachi felt as if they were in a deserted place. They had already experienced this small situation of 1 against 10,000. How is the situation now? Moses, the two sides are currently fighting fiercely. 840 gatekeepers have been defeated, and 1,000 people have been defeated. A familiar voice came from the phone bug. You again. Spandam suddenly became furious when he heard Zyan's voice. Yeah, it's me again, what a coincidence. What a coincidence, you big-headed ghost. Snapped. Spandam hung up the phone. Down with 1,000. Are you kidding me? It's just 8 or 9 people, and they say they've defeated 1,000 guards. You're bragging, and you don't have to draft anything. There are 10,000 guards. It's just a matter of time to deal with those guys. Report. Sir, Luchi and his party have arrived. Really? Bring them in. Luchi and 4 other people walked in. Long time no see, sir. When Spandam saw Luchi and the others, his mood that was made irritable by Zyan improved. Thank you for your hard work. Luchi, Kagu, Bluno, Jonifa. Jonifa pushed up her glasses. You are sexually harassing me. I just exchanged your name. Luchi reported. 8 years ago, the criminal who attacked government officials in the Seven Waters City, Kadi Fram, and the criminal who attacked the marine battleship in West Blue O'Hara 20 years ago, Nico Robin, have been successfully arrested. The escort has arrived and is on standby outside the door. Please give me flowers. Advertisement. Jebra said sarcastically. Long time no see, Luchi, you are getting better and better. Luchi was in a bad mood when he saw Jebra, and veins popped up on his forehead. Your face is getting more and more idiotic, Jebra. Kagu sighed helplessly and persuaded. You two should say less. We will start fighting as soon as we meet. Hey, don't fight, this is the reunion after 5 years. As soon as Fukuro finished speaking, Fukuro had already opened the chain on his mouth and put his index fingers together. Jonifa kicked Fukuro, and then Bluno, Kagu, and Luchi all attacked Fukuro in unison. 0. WWW. Jonifa pushed up her glasses. I knew you couldn't hold it in any longer, Fukuro. 6 styles game, hand show. If a guard holding a weapon counts as 10 powers, well, then I'm going to expose your power. I know how strong you are. First of all, Jonifa 630 power, Bluno 820 power, Kagu, 2200 power. Luki, 4000 power. Jebra was shocked when he heard this number, 4000 Dowley. Hey, are you mistaken? I have never heard of such a high Dowley. It's true, everyone has become more powerful, Chapapa. Suddenly, puff, puff, the phone bug's voice rang. Who is it? Still me. You again. 3,000 people have fallen now. Are you ready? Snapped. Spandam hung up the phone. Who is it? He's a talkative guy. What's his name? Uchiha. Uchiha what? Uchiha Schwanyan. Luchi, Kagu and Jonifa all changed their expressions and shouted the name together. Yes, that's it. Do you know this guy? Luchi's face turned gloomy and he said, I can't say that I know him, but this guy has a special identity. He is the younger man of the pirate empress Boa Hancock. Advertisement. Chapter 75 Total Destruction. Advertisement. The most beautiful woman in the world, Pirate Empress Boa Hancock has a man. Spandam couldn't believe it. He still had many portraits of the Pirate Empress in his house, but it turned out that there was a man, and the goddess of his dreams was ed by a pig. We met this man in the capital of Seven Waters. He was with the Pirate Empress at that time. Unexpectedly, this guy actually came over. Is it because of Aspaku's commission? Several people guessed this possibility, because when they were at the Carrera headquarters, Asbagu asked Jonifa to find Uchiha Schwanyan. If Asbagu had not died, the possibility of entrusting Uchiha Security Company was very high. It's very possible. I wonder if the Pirate Empress comes with her. If she does, the situation will be troublesome. Unforgivable. It's really 900. Unforgivable. Forget it. Forget about that for now. I have something to give you later. As a reward for your hard work over the years, let me see the hope of the world first. Nico Robin and Frankie were brought up. Spandam was in a great mood when he saw Frankie and Nico Robin. Wow, ha 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 ha. This is so cool. It's a miracle that you survived the accident 8 years ago, Kadi Bram. And you, the world-class dangerous element, Nico Robin, who we have been hunting for a long time. The world must not know how great and noble what we did today is Yamato. In my opinion, the old men of the current world government are too weak and incompetent. To defeat the purpose, sacrifice must be made. We are fighting for the peace of all mankind. Everyone who obstructs us should be killed. This is the price we must pay for peace. And that fish man, if he doesn't obediently tell us what we want, he is a righteous traitor. He deserves to be executed. Frankie was furious when he heard Spandam slandering his master like this. Mr. Tom sacrificed his life to protect the blueprint, just because he was afraid that it would fall into the hands of bad people like you. Frankie rushed to Spandam and bit Spandam's head. Spandam suddenly screamed. Oh my god. It hurts me so much. Come and save me. Hey, got it. Facebook took action and pinned Frankie to the ground. Hold him down and don't move. Spandam yelled, then rushed over and kicked Frankie repeatedly. At this time, the main island. Group after group of janitors were knocked down. What's going on with the two of them? Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji together defeated about 2,000 people, and the three of them with all their strength, Barry, only defeated about 400 people. As for Shisui and Itachi, each of them defeated more than 2,000 people. Advertisement. This allowed Enies' lobby, which originally had an absolute advantage in numbers, to guard one side, but the number of people was reduced by more than half. Shisui and Itachi have made the guards feel fear. These two teenagers are really too strong. Suddenly, heavy footsteps sounded. It's so painful to be woken up. But it's work. Cassie. I haven't slept enough yet. Kill them quickly and then go back to sleep. Ah, me too. Two giants tens of meters tall appeared. It's Uya and Cassie. Very good. The guards' courage, which had nearly collapsed when they saw the giant's appearance, reappeared. So big. Shisui and Itachi couldn't help but exclaimed when they saw this. Although they had seen people bigger than this, they were all ninjutsu. The two sisters of the Empress are already very large, but they pale in comparison to these two people. Is it the giants? Nami's face changed drastically when he saw this. They had encountered the giants in Little Garden. The giants were born strong men and warriors, and their fighting power was very terrifying. At this time, Zyan walked over. Little dwarf, do you want to die? If you want to die, then I will help you. I will smash you into pulp. When I saw Zyan, I immediately raised the big stick in my hand and smashed it down at Zyan. Careful, Nami immediately issued a warning upon seeing this. Boom. The ground shook violently. Zyan caught Oi's stick with one hand, surprising all the guards. He actually caught Uya's attack with one hand. Go to hell. Advertisement. Upon seeing this, Cassie swung a huge axe and struck Zyan. Boom. Zyan caught Cassie's axe with his other hand. The giants have good power, but they are a bit too conspicuous. Also, I don't like to look up at others. Whoosh. Shisui and Itachi each appeared above Cassie and Aya. The two of them kicked down hard together. Boom. The two giants didn't even have time to scream, their heads plunged into the ground together, and their bodies became motionless and lost consciousness. What? I and Cassie actually knocked down by one move. The guards were all stunned when they saw this scene. Cassie and I are also giants, and they know best how terrifying their power and defense are. The two of them are like the patron saints of Enies lobby. As long as they are there, no one can break in and act wild. There has been no such incident for 50 years. However, these two patron saint giants were easily knocked down by the two teenagers, which made them confused. Luffy, Zoro and others now have a deeper understanding of the strength of Shisui and Itachi. Uchiha Schwanyan's strength is unfathomable, and even his two younger brothers are monster level. Zyan stepped on the giant's body and said lightly, go on. Judiciary Tower Chamber. Bang bang bang. Spandam was still kicking Frankie wildly. It was this guy who had injured his face in the first place, and he actually dared to bite him just now. If keeping this guy wasn't useful, he really wanted to shoot this guy. Sudden. Bang. The door to the meeting hall was knocked open, and a government official came in with a serious look on his face. Sir. No. It's not good. Spandam scolded. What's the matter? How can you be so flustered? Sir Spandam, all the guards on this island, all the guards on this island have been killed. What did you say? Advertisement. Chapter 76 Buster Call. Advertisement. Everyone in CP9 in the hall changed their expressions. Spandam rushed to this man and grabbed his collar. What are you talking about? There are 10,000 guards on this island. How many enemies have come? How can they defeat all 10,000 guards? The enemies. There are 10 enemies in total. 10 people can wipe out the 10,000 guards in Enies lobby, but one person has to deal with 1,000 people. Are you kidding me or do you think you are a fool? I mean what I said. After hearing what this official said, CP9 felt something was wrong. Quickly open the window and appear on the balcony. Standing on a high place and looking towards the main island ahead, the main island was completely quiet at this time, and guards lying on the ground could be seen everywhere on the streets. Immediately afterwards, several people saw several figures appearing on the rooftop opposite. It was the three Zyan brothers, the Straw Hat crew, and the three Bally crewmen. It's really, damn. At this time, Spandam also panicked. These were 10,000 Enies lobby guards, and they were defeated by just a few of them. Luchi, Kagu, 28, Jonifa. When Barry saw Luchi and the others, he became furious and roared angrily at the three of them. These three people were all his colleagues, and they were also the people who betrayed them the most. Barry, Bipoli, and Tillstone. It's a shame you found this place. Luchi said calmly. Since you survived by chance, you should live out your survival in the capital of Seven Waters. Now that you have broken in here, I can't just let you go. Leave. I came here just to get your head. If I don't kill you, how can I leave? Tillstone also yelled angrily. Luchi. Why did you betray Mr. Aspagu? Mr. Aspagu is not good enough for you. Aspagu is not bad, but who asked him to go against the world government? As for betrayal, I have been a member of the world government from the beginning, so how can it be considered a betrayal? Advertisement. Pigeon breeder. Where's Robin? Return Robin quickly. Luffy yelled at Luchi. Yes. Bring Robin back quickly. Luchi said calmly. Nico Robin is a criminal that the world government has been chasing for 20 years. You actually want to snatch the criminal away from this sacred Enies lobby. This is absolutely impossible. Then Luchi looked at Uchiha Schwanyan. Uchiha Schwanyan, you run a security company. I know you are hired by Asbagu, but not all muddy waters can be crossed. If you retreat now, if so, Enies lobby can forget about today's incident. He has already come into contact with the Straw Hat crew. Although their strength is not weak, it is not as good as their CP9. What he is most afraid of now is Uchiha Schwanyan. His instinct made him sense the danger from the first sight of this man. Zyan couldn't help but smile when he heard this. Although you can't swim in muddy water, you can fish in muddy water. I have accepted the task. For us security companies, the next task must be completed, otherwise it will affect the reputation of our company. Furthermore, this is the first transaction since the establishment of Uchiha Security Company. If it fails, then our security company will not have to mess around in this world. Luchi's face darkened. Do you think that if you have offended the world government, can your security company continue to exist in this world? I think it's okay. What? There are many forces in the world that offend the world government, and I haven't seen the government and marine eliminate a few of them. Sooner or later, security companies will offend these forces. There is no difference between offending them sooner or later. At least Uchiha Security Company will practice what they say. It will be more beneficial to our company if our commitment is made. You are playing with fire. A dangerous light flashed in Luchi's eyes. The bigger the storm, the more expensive the fish. Don't you understand this? I can finally see it. Although you run a security company, you are essentially the same as those pirates. You are a bold man who regards the law as nothing. You will pay a heavy price for your actions. At this time, Spandam escorted Robin and Frankie out. It's Robin. Quote exclamation mark question mark exclamation mark quote. Exactly. Listen, Robin, we are all here. We have to rescue you first. If you still want to die, then we will talk about it when the time comes. Advertisement. Please, Robin, it doesn't matter if you don't want to live anymore. We'll talk about these words when we get back to us. Yes, Sister Robin. Robin, come back. Leave the rest to us. Robin's eyes couldn't help but filled with tears when he heard his companion's words. Frankie said with some envy, I'm so envious that you have such a group of partners, because my younger brothers didn't come. Wahahaha, you trash pirates. No matter how hard you fight, it won't help. I not only have the powerful killer group CP9 and the gate of justice that cannot be shaken by human power. 777. Spandam laughed and took out a golden phone bug in his hand. Did you see this? This is the golden phone bug. It has the power to launch Buster Call. Yes, it's the same power that completely destroyed your hometown 20 years ago. Nico Robin. Robin's hometown. Chopper was a little confused. Robin seemed to have never said anything about his hometown. Sanji said unhappily, I want to kick this ugly man under the waterfall now. What a coincidence. It's rare that we have the same idea. Zoro and Sanji almost always come in the opposite direction on weekdays, but this time they rarely have the same ideas. No, absolutely not. Do you know what the consequences will be if you press this? Robin's face changed immediately when he heard this, and his eyes showed a look of horror. Spandam looked even more excited when he saw Robin like this. Hey, the response is strong. I'm very satisfied with it. Do you want me to press the Buster Call button to show you? Call out. A figure suddenly appeared next to Spandam and took the golden phone bug from Spandam's hand. It was Uchiha Schwanyan. Then Zyan pressed the golden phone bug lightly. Click. Advertisement. Chapter 77. Full firepower. Advertisement. Naval Headquarters. Puff, puff, puff. The moment Zyan pressed the golden phone bug, the silver phone bug received the signal and started ringing. Silver phone bug got the signal. Requesting a Buster Call. Aokiji Admiral wants to request a Buster Call. Place. It's Enies lobby. Quickly call the 5 vice admirals near the destination. From a distance perspective, it's faster to go directly from the headquarters. How long? Arrived in 30 minutes. Deploy 10 warships immediately. Hurry up to the 5 vice admirals. Act quickly. Yes, because Zyan pressed the Buster Call, almost the entire naval headquarters took action. Enies lobby. Almost everyone was frightened when they saw this scene. Although Luffy and others didn't know what this meant, they knew it was absolutely true after hearing what Spandam said before and how it could make Robin so afraid that he would even give up his own life. Not a good thing. Are you crazy? You know what you did. Spandam roared at Zyan. Zyan licked his ears with his little female fingers, and then flicked at Spandam. I don't know, but I don't like others to bully me. If others dare to bully me, then let's finish playing together. Madman, madman, you madman, but this is just right. Marine can catch all of you criminals in one go. Robin shouted anxiously. Don't do anything stupid. Cancel the request quickly. The attack of Buster Call is ruthless. This Enies lobby will turn everything into ashes, whether it is buildings or people. The entire island will be a nightmarish concentrated bombing that sacrifices everything in order to achieve its goal. This is Buster Call. What? Advertisement. Spandam was shocked when he heard this. He didn't expect that the Buster Call given to him by Aokiji Admiral was so powerful. As a result, someone else pressed it before he even pressed it. What a pity. But it's really dangerous to hear you say that. Naval headquarters is only a 30-minute journey from here. I have to run first. Cancellation cannot be cancelled. These ferocious pirates have all entered his lair. To be safe, they must all be left behind. Seeing that Spandam was unmoved, Zyan had no intention of returning the golden phone bug to Spandam and quickly shouted at Luffy and others. Everyone, please leave this BT quickly. Luffy and others remained motionless, showing no intention of running away. Nami shouted. Robin, if you want to leave, let's all leave together. If you don't leave with us, we will not abandon our companions and escape on our own. Yes, Robin-chan, which man would abandon the woman he loves and run away? A man who abandons a woman is not a man at all. Sanji straightened his chest and raised his head to make himself look like a more reliable man. Zoro said to Sanji, "What a coincidence, I agree with your idea again. Robin, just wait, I will definitely rescue you." Luffy shouted firmly at the top of his lungs. You are such a bunch of hopeless idiots." Robin's eyes turned red. HMPH. The boring game of house is over. Luchi, you guys, please kill this guy quickly. And these pirates, leave no one behind. Spandam is not interested in listening anymore. If he delays it any longer, he may be affected by the Buster Call. Spandam is about to leave with Frankie and Robin. These two are important clues related to ancient weapon Pluton. They are also his treasures for promotion and salary increase. They cannot be lost. This is not possible. I accepted the employment of Mayor Aspagu, and he asked me to bring Frankie and Nico Robin back safely. If I were taken away by you, wouldn't it be possible to smash my Uchiha sign? Whoosh. Two people appeared on both sides of Zanyan's body, raising their legs to kick Zanyan's head. It was Kagu and Janifa. Call out. Almost when the two people appeared next to Zanyan, the two figures also appeared in front of Kagu and Janifa almost at the same time. What? Kagu and Janifa were suddenly surprised. Bang bang. Ooh, wow. Kagu and Janifa were knocked away at the same time, and two figures appeared next to Schwanyan, none other than Uchiha Shisui and Uchiha Itachi. Advertisement. What? Spandam was shocked. Kagu and Janifako were both strong men who had learned the 6 moves, but they were beaten away by two little brats. Shisui said to Zanyan, "Brother Zanyan, I feel a little angry when I look at it from the side. Can I put in more effort?" Zanyan smiled helplessly. "You are still so restless. Don't you understand the joy of pretending to be a pig and eating the tiger? But just put in a little more effort. If you pretend to be a pig for a long time, you'll really become a pig. Let's use all your firepower. It's time for the world to get to know Uchiha." Shisui smiled when he heard Schwanyan agreed. Not long after he ate the thunder fruit, his body's energy quickly became stronger and he had nowhere to vent. Naturally, he had already become a little impatient. "You guys, kill that guy quickly." Spandam was also a little scared at this time. He originally thought that he had the strongest killer group CP9, but the strength of those little guys seemed to be extraordinary. Suddenly, click, a bolt of lightning fell from the sky and struck Spandam directly on the head. Boom, ooh, Spandam screamed loudly, his whole body was hacked black, and he fell to the ground. What? Thunder. Crack. Shisui's body turned into lightning and appeared next to Robin and Frankie. With a flick of his finger, a knife formed by lightning appeared. Click. Frankie's chains and Robin's sea-stone handcuffs were all cut off. Stop. Two CP9 members rushed over immediately upon seeing this. 1,000,000 volts of him. With a faint smile on his face, Shisui pointed his index finger in the direction of the two people, without looking at them, and said quietly. Crack. Wah. Shisui's index finger shot out a dazzling thunderbolt, which fell on the two of them. The two of them were immediately shocked by the powerful voltage and screamed. Finally he fell to the ground and kept twitching. Zanyan felt a little sad when he saw this scene. He is so handsome. Advertisement. Chapter 78. The gap is too big. Advertisement. As the old saying goes, whether you are strong or not is a temporary matter, but whether you are handsome or not is a lifelong matter. But being strong and handsome doesn't matter at all. To be honest, when he first got the thunder fruit, he looked at it every day and hesitated whether to build it or not. Thunder fruit is undoubtedly the top devil fruit, there is no doubt about it. That's devil fruit's ability to show dominance from the front, middle and back. When Paramesha awakened, many people rushed to praise Paramesha. Later, Zone awakened, and many people praised Zone again. In the end, when both Paramesha and Zone were beaten to the point of running away by Logia, Oda told everyone who was the father. Thunder fruit is undoubtedly a super devil fruit that combines strength, coolness and handsomeness. It's really cool to release lightning at will. No matter which anime he is in, Ray is definitely the most handsome force. But forget it, I gave it all and it's too late to regret it. Anyway, he can also use the power of thunder, maybe not as casually as Shisui, but the power is not much different. Shisui threw Robin and Frankie to Luffy and others. Rubber. Luffy quickly stretched his arms to wrap around the two people's bodies and pulled them back. Zanyan looked at Luffy and others and said, 187 inches. The people have been rescued, the Buster Call is coming soon, you can take the sea train and leave here. Luffy and others were a little confused at this time. They went through all the trouble to get here because they wanted to rescue Luo Wu. But now he was about to start a fight with his biggest enemy, and in the end, Robin was rescued so easily. This feeling is like trying too hard, but in the end it is useless. For a moment, I didn't know what to do, whether to leave or continue fighting. At this time, CP9 and others had no intention of caring about Robin, Frankie, Luffy and others. Everyone looked at Uchiha Shisui as if they were in danger. They originally thought that their biggest enemy would be Uchiha Schwanyan, but Uchiha Shisui's sudden display of power caught them off guard. Unexpectedly, it turns out that Uchiha Shisui, who follows Uchiha Schwanyan like a guard, is the biggest enemy. Luchi looked at Uchiha Shisui with a solemn expression. Logia. Shisui chuckled and nodded. Yes. Logia Thunder Fruit. Thunder Fruit. Luffy and the newbies are a little confused. Robin looked at Shisui in shock and explained, that is Thunder Fruit. Even among the strongest Logia, there are only a handful of them that can control the power of electricity. Tempest Kick. Advertisement. Kagu quickly kicked out a dozen slashes. Boom 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 boom. The slash passed through Shisui's body and hit the building, cutting it open. How is this going? The attack actually passed through his body. Nami and Chopper were both shocked. Robin explained. This is the power of Logia Devil Fruit. Their bodies can be elementalized, and any physical attack has no effect on them. Although ordinary physical attacks are ineffective, I still have to overcome my instinct to dodge. It is better to use this ability sparingly when it is not necessary. Whoosh! Shisui's body disappeared instantly and reappeared behind Kagu. Kagu quickly raised his leg and kicked Shisui. Snapped. Kagu's leg was grabbed by Shisui. Oops. 20 million volts. Discharge. Crack. Kagu screamed in pain. His whole body seemed to have been struck by lightning, and he lay scorched on the ground, his eyes turned white, and he fainted. Kagu. Damn it. Just show me if Logia is invincible. Jebra roared angrily, and his body began to grow rapidly, and soon turned into a giant human wolf. Wolf. Sibi. Luffy and others were also shocked when they saw Jebra's posture. Open hollow corner bracket Inu dog fruit close hollow corner bracket wolf form. Iron body Chongu wolf. Jebra rushed towards Shisui, activated the power of his iron body, concentrated it on his fist, and hit Shisui on the head. Snapped. Shisui raised his hand to catch Jebra's fist. How can this be? Jebra couldn't believe it. He was a killer who had experienced inhuman training since he was a child. His full blow could be blocked so easily by such a young brat. And he could feel the power of the opponent's palm, which was completely superior to his own. Advertisement. At such a young age, there are so many areas. While Jebra was still shocked, Shisui's fingers of the other hand gently tapped Jebra's abdomen. 30 million volts. Discharge. Crack crack crack. Snapped. Jebra's body was knocked away by lightning, and his werewolf body could not withstand such high voltage lightning. Crack. Shisui's body turned into thunder and lightning, and appeared next to Kanifa in an instant. Jungshui's finger pointed at Kanifa. Oops. Shave. Kanifa quickly used shave movement, and Shisui Sharingan immediately understood Kanifa's actions. Crack. Shisui's figure instantly stopped in front of Janifa. 30 million volts. Discharge. Boom. Finger pistol. Bluno rushed over from the side and stabbed Shisui with his finger. Shisui sidestepped and punched Bluno in the face. Shisui's heavy punch knocked Bluno away. Boom. Bluno's body broke through the wall pier and fell near Luffy and others, who had passed out. In the blink of an eye, Rob Luchi is the only one left in the powerful world government killer group CP. Luffy and others were stunned at this time. They knew the strength of Luchi and the others best. After all, they had fought against several people at the Carrera Company headquarters before. He was completely defeated, and his strength cannot be doubted. But these people are simply vulnerable in Shisui's hands, playing with Uchiha Shisui like a toy. This is not only the reason why Uchiha Shisui Devil Fruit is powerful, but the most important reason is that its own strength, speed, and technology are completely superior to those of CP9. The gap in strength is too big. Advertisement. Chapter 79 Zyan vs. Luchi. Advertisement. Luchi's face was gloomy. He had never expected such a change. However, he was a world government official. Even if he was the only one left, he had to complete the tasks assigned to him. Uchiha Schwanyan, do you really want to go against the world government? We've already reached this point, why are you still talking about this? Besides, you always say that we are against the world government, but you have never thought about the consequences of going against my Uchiha clan. Uchiha clan. When Luchi heard Zanyan's words, he realized that Zanyan, Shisui and Itachi had something similar, that is, the blood-colored eyes. It seems to be a special race, but don't think that you can rest easy just because you have a Logia demon fruit power. My attack will not work on him, but that does not mean that my attack will not work on you. As long as I catch you, all my goals can be achieved. Luchi's body also began to change, and soon became very huge, like a leopard man. He also has demon fruit power. Luffy was surprised. When did demon fruit power change so much? Shave. Luchi's figure flashed in front of Zanyan. His current idea is very simple. To capture the thief first, capture the king. There is nothing he can do about the guy who ate the thunder fruit. Then we can only deal with Zanyan or the younger kid. There is no need for the younger one. To be on the safe side, it is better to deal with Uchiha Schwanyan, the president of Uchiha Security Company. He doesn't believe that Uchiha Schwanyan is also Logia demon fruit power. As long as it wasn't Logia, he was confident of defeating it. Finger pistol. Luchi pointed at Zanyan's neck. Finger pistol. Zanyan and Luchi launched attacks almost at the same time, and their two index fingers collided together. Bang. Even if they are far apart, you can feel the powerful force generated by the collision of two index fingers. What? He can do it too. Could it be that he does too? Luffy and others were surprised. They didn't expect that Uchiha Schwanyan could also use the 6 styles. Could it be that he was also from a government agency? But they immediately gave up this unrealistic idea. If Zanyan and the others were members of the world government, how could they let them go and still go against the world government? How can it be? Compared to Luffy, Luchi was even more shocked, but he had no chance to think about it at this time. Open hollow corner bracket Tempest kick close hollow corner bracket. Advertisement. Open hollow corner bracket Tempest kick close hollow corner bracket. Luchi raised his foot and kicked out a slashing wave. Zanyan kicked out the same slashing wave almost at the same time. Boom. The two slashing waves collided together, resulting in a powerful attack that shattered the surrounding walls. How is this possible? Where did you learn the 6 styles? The 6 styles are world government's physical skills that go beyond human limits. This guy is obviously not from world government, so how can he use them? Zyan looked at Luchi and smiled. Where? Of course I learned it from you. Luchi's expression changed. Where am I? What do you mean by this? It literally means, I saw you using it, so I learned it, and then I used it in the same way. This is impossible. I don't believe it. The 6 postures are physical techniques that transcend human limits. They require years and months of hard practice to master. It's impossible to learn them at a glance. Luchi didn't believe Zyan's statement at all. Not only Luchi didn't believe it, but Straw Hat Crew and Barry didn't believe it either. Believe it or not, I am telling the truth. Tempest Kick. Leopard Tail. Luchi didn't believe what Zyan said, so he used his own special Tempest Kick, swinging a spiral slash like a beast's tail with his feet. Tempest Kick. Leopard Tail. Almost at the same time that Luchi issued this spiral slash, Zyan also completed this move. Boom. The two spiral slashes collided together and then cancelled out together. This is impossible. Luchi was completely stunned. This move was his own special Tempest Kick. No, this is a coincidence. Tempest Kick. Guy Bird. Luchi kicked out a bird-like slashing wave. Tempest Kick. Guy Bird. Zyan also kicked out an identical bird-shaped slashing wave. Please give me flowers. Boom boom boom. Advertisement. The Justice Tower was cut off from the middle by the slashing wave, and slowly slid sideways, falling towards the bottomless waterfall below the main island of Enies lobby. Boom. Half of the Justice Tower fell into the waterfall, splashing a lot of water, and then was completely swallowed. Others saw this and understood. What Zyan said was actually true. He really learned Luchi's moves in an instant, and attacked with the same moves in an instant. Anymore. This move is good, powerful, and has a wide attack range. Zyan looked at Luchi and asked, as if he had learned something interesting. Luchi felt like he was going crazy. What the hell is this guy? Uchiha Shisui chuckled. Haha, you guys actually want to take action against Brother Schwanyan. You are really overestimating your capabilities. Do you know why Brother Schwanyan is the president of the company? Because Brother Schwanyan is the strongest man in our Uchiha clan. I do not believe. Luchi rushed towards Zyan. Open hollow corner bracket finger pistol close hollow corner bracket Madara. Luchi's arms quickly attacked, shooting countless grease guns from both hands. Open hollow corner bracket finger pistol close hollow corner bracket Madara. Zyan, like Luchi, shoots countless finger pistols from his arms. This time, not only did Zyan's moves be the same as Luchi's, but Zyan's finger pistol accurately clicked on Luchi's fingers, blocking all Luchi's attacks accurately. Razor. Luchi appeared behind Zyan in a flash, raised his foot and swept across Zyan's neck. Razor. Zyan's figure disappeared and instantly appeared behind Luchi, exactly the same as Luchi's move just now. Quote exclamation mark quote. Luchi quickly raised his arms to resist. Damn it. Such strength. How can a mere brat have such terrifying power? Bang. Call out. Luchi's body was blown away by Zyan like a cannonball. Boom. Luchi's body shot towards the island, smashing a building on the island into pieces. Advertisement. Chapter 80 People are different. Advertisement. Luchi was in a trance and lost consciousness for a moment, but he soon regained consciousness. He is Luchi, the strongest man in the world government Enies lobby for 800 years. He must not fail like this. When he falls, justice falls. Justice will never fail, justice will win. In the name of dark justice. Boom. Luchi stood up again and walked out of the rubble. Whoosh. The fallen leaves were flying, and Zyan slowly appeared from among the fallen leaves. How did you learn my moves? I won't believe that you can learn this kind of thing just by looking at it. Luchi stared at Zyan's eyes. Don't stare into other people's eyes. It's very dangerous. It's okay to tell you how I learned it. Have you seen my eyes? 940. This is called Sharingan. It is a unique eye of our Uchiha clan. It can instantly copy other people's taijutsu and use it. This is what I can the reason why you learn your moves. Luchi breathed a sigh of relief when he heard Zyan's words, as long as he didn't really learn it after just one glance. He is a genius among geniuses, the strongest in the history of CP9, and his talent is unquestionable. Even he learned the Marine 6 styles through hard study and practice. If someone really takes a look at it, his confidence will be violently shaken, and he will even doubt himself. Now that I heard that the other party has eye problems, that's good. Boy, I admit, I was a little panicked just now. What I want to tell you is that people are different. Even if it is the same move, different people will have different powers. The moves we have worked hard to cultivate are not comparable to those of a half-assed thief like you. Life Return Paper Arts Martial Body. Luchi's body slowly shrank. Although he was still in the form of a leopard man, his body shape was close to his original posture before the transformation. Is he a person with abilities who ate the devil fruit, or is he a Superman who has gone through hard training? He doesn't believe that a mere kid of 16 or 17 years old can beat him in terms of physical fitness. Flying Finger Pistol Katakana Middle dot Pull. Luchi flicked his nails, and an air bomb popped out of his nails and shot towards Zyan. Almost at the same time as Luchi attacked. Razor. Luchi used the razor and his body disappeared instantly. Luchi moved faster in this form. Call out. Advertisement. Zyan had just used the same attack to knock off Luchi's finger pistol. Before he could take his hand back, Luchi appeared behind Zyan and struck Zyan's head with one lift. Zyan tilted his head as if there were eyes behind his back and easily dodged Luchi's blow. What? Luchi also didn't expect that his attack would actually miss. Snapped. Zyan conveniently grabbed Luchi's arm and swung it forward. Boom. Luchi's body flew out and hit a building, shattering the building. Hateful. Boom. Luchi quickly rushed out of the building, then stepped on the air with his feet, and appeared above Zyan's head in an instant. Tempest kick. Luchi quickly kicked out a large number of slashing waves. Boom 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 boom. The chopping wave fell on the rock slab on the ground as if it were cut open by a sharp blade. Zyan sauntered and dodged in the chopping waves, dodging all the chopping waves. Open hollow corner bracket tempest kick close hollow lens bracket guy bird. Luchi charged up power in the air and launched a huge bird-shaped slash wave. Zyan stood there without moving, and simply raised his hand. Boom. Zyan's palm caught this bird-shaped slashing wave. How can this be? He knows his slashes well, even a building can be easily chopped off by his tempest kick. The opponent actually caught his own slashing wave so easily. Snapped. Zyan clenched his fingers hard. Boom. The slash shattered directly, and the impact spread to the surroundings. All the surrounding windows were shattered, and cracks appeared on the walls. You're wrong. It's the same move, but it has different power when used by different people. Advertisement. Crack crack crack. Thunder and lightning appeared around Zyan's body. Shave. Call out. Zyan's figure disappeared and appeared behind Luchi. What? I didn't see it clearly. Luchi quickly rolled forward. Open hollow corner bracket tempest kick close hollow corner bracket flame bird. Zyan kicked out a slashing wave similar to Luchi's, except that this bird-shaped slashing wave was wrapped in blazing flames and looked like a fire phoenix. Shave. Luchi quickly used shout to dodge. Boom. Zyan's attack fell on the island's trial court. Suddenly there was a horrific explosion, and the entire trial center was destroyed. What's this? Luchi was shocked when he saw Zyan's move. It seemed to be his tempest kick, but why did flames appear, and the power was obviously more than 10 times higher than his tempest kick. It's very powerful. Zyan's eyes lit up when he saw this move. This is a move created by Zyan by integrating tempest kick and breath of fire. He just made a sudden move. Swordsmanship is a slashing attack, and tempest kick is also a slashing attack. Breathing is combined with swordsmanship, and naturally it can also be combined with fists and kicks. Breath of wind can wrap some wind blades using fist and kick attacks, and tempest kick will definitely do the same. So Zyan tried it, and it worked. The power was pretty good. It's a little worse than the orthodox slashing with the Nichiren sword, but barehanded is definitely a great move 3.6, and it's more flexible and very practical. After creating this move, Zyan was in a very good mood and Lu Yi was much more pleasing to the eye. This guy is a treasure. These original 6 moves are more powerful than the ordinary 6 moves. How did you do it? Who are you? It was difficult for Luchi to keep calm at this time. This guy of unknown origin had learned all his own moves and even modified them. The power was even more powerful than his original one. How could he do it all of a sudden? Accepted. Zyan raised the corners of his mouth slightly and chuckled. Me. I am me, the president of Uchiha Security Company, Uchiha Zyan. Although I am not famous yet, more people in the world should know me after today. Please give me your advice. Advertisement. Chapter 81 You are too weak. Advertisement. After listening to Zyan's words, Luchi's face showed a series of expressions such as confusion, fear, and anger, and finally returned to his original cold look. Uchiha Schwanyan, I admit that you are very powerful, but don't underestimate me. Any evil will fail in the face of justice. I don't believe you can really surpass me. Luchi roared and rushed towards Zyan and attacked Zyan continuously. Zyan easily resisted and counterattacked. Under Zanyan's Sharingan's insight, Luchi couldn't hit Zyan at all, but his body was continuously hit by Zyan, and the wounds continued to increase. Luchi struggled to fight Zyan, looking like a hot-blooded man. The protagonist is the same, but Zyan is the villain. Justice will never lose to evil. Call out. Zyan appeared in front of Luchi and sent it towards Luchi. Iron body hyphenation point Kongmu. Luchi stood still and used iron body. Suddenly a blue-white energy bomb appeared in Zanyan's hand. It was Rasengan. 28. Boom. Rasengan was printed on Luchi's chest. Puff. A large amount of blood spurted out of Luchi's mouth. What's this? Luchi felt a strong pain, and his internal organs seemed to be shattered. His body slumped downwards uncontrollably, and Zanyan's face gradually blurred in his sight. He could only see Zanyan's mouth moving, and his ears could barely hear what Zyan said clearly. Idiot. Don't add drama to yourself. But Luchi could no longer respond. Bang. Luchi was lying on the ground. The injuries he suffered from the previous battle with Zyan, plus Zanyan's final blow, had severely damaged his internal organs, and Luchi had completely lost consciousness. Zyan glanced at Luchi and turned away from him. He tried his best not to beat Luchi to death, but Luchi didn't know what to do and kept standing up, which annoyed him a little. Advertisement. Luchi was knocked down. Quote closing square bracket question mark quote. Luffy, the others, and Barry were all in a daze at this time. They felt as if they were participating in a fierce battle. When dealing with the guards just now, everyone tried their best. It feels like I haven't done anything. In the final battle, Uchiha Shisui killed everyone in CP9. The last and strongest Rob Luchi was eliminated by Uchiha Schwanyan. What is this? But they all saw with their own eyes the fact that this Uchiha security company is really too sophisticated. Everyone, don't be in a daze. Let's go. The Buster Call is coming soon. Buster Call brought endless fear to Robin's childhood. Zyan asked them to leave before, but they were delayed because of watching the fun. It has been less than 20 minutes since Marine arrived, so he must leave as soon as possible. By the way, there is also the Guoshang order. Everyone then remembered that they heard that Buster Call was quite scary, so it was better to leave as soon as possible. Let's go quickly. Yes, run, run. Luffy and others were ready to leave here immediately. It would take at least 10 minutes to run out of here, and there was not much time left for them. After the few people had run far away, they saw that Schwanyan, Shisui and Itachi had not moved. What are you still doing there? Run. Marine is coming soon. Zyan smiled and said, you guys, run away. After all, I pressed the Buster Call. We also accepted the employment and are responsible for after-sales service. Stop joking. You don't understand what Buster Call represents. It's an absolutely unstoppable disaster. Robin said emotionally after hearing Zyan's words, this guy actually wants to fight Buster Call. What kind of joke is this? Don't worry, we cherish our lives very much. We will leave when we are no longer able to defeat them, and we have a way to leave. Seeing Zyan's indifferent expression, Robin gave up the persuasion. At this time, Luffy said, if you don't leave, then we won't leave either. We are companions who came together. How can we abandon our companions and run away? Advertisement. Zyan was a little confused when he heard this. When did we become companions? Zoro said. Buster Call. I also want to see how powerful it is. It brings such horrible memories to Miss Robin, then it's up to me to break it all. Sanji also stood up and said. Don't be willful, you don't understand what Buster Call is. They will ruthlessly reduce this Enies lobby to ashes. Luffy pressed his nose and said with a nonchalant expression, then just shoot them all away. Where do you live? Robin was already anxious at this moment, the Buster Call was coming soon. Nami said. Then Miss Robin didn't listen to us. She came here to die on her own, and even risked her own life to protect us. That's different, there is clearly a chance to escape now. In that case, Miss Robin will still live in fear. The first Buster Call will be followed by the second and third Buster Call. Will Miss Robin still leave our city? I have heard a saying that the best way to overcome fear is to face it head on. We don't want Miss Robin to live in fear forever. Robin bit his lip and couldn't stop the tears from flowing down. Zyan looked at the scene in front of him and couldn't help but feel a little nostalgic. Once he saw One Piece as an outsider, but now he sees One Piece as a character in the manga. Really, you can't let me complete my work in peace and peace of mind. You can stay, but don't interfere in our battle. Just stay far away to ensure your own safety. Why? Luffy looked dissatisfied. He wanted to kill Luchi, who was raising pigeons, but before he could take action, Shisui killed most of the CP9. The remaining Luchi was also defeated by Zyan. Now that naval headquarters is attacking, there are so many enemies, but Zyan actually tells them not to interfere, which makes him very unhappy. Zyan glanced at Luffy and said calmly, because you are too weak now. Luffy wanted to retort. At this time, boom. The huge gate of justice made a huge noise, and the gate slowly opened a gap. Coming. Advertisement. Chapter 82. Tremble. Advertisement. The door of justice kept opening to both sides. After a while, the door of justice opened completely. Robin murmured. The gate of justice has been completely opened to allow the naval headquarters warships to enter and to carry out the Buster Call bombardment. Zyan said to Shisui and Itachi. The guests have arrived, so let's go and greet them. Shisui and Itachi nodded. Schwanyan, Shisui, and Itachi disappeared. Hey, wait for me, Luffy shouted. Zyan ignored Luffy and others. As someone who has watched anime, he had no doubt that Luffy and others would become stronger, and they would become stronger very quickly. But now, Luffy and others are too weak for them. Whoosh. Zyan and 3 others appeared on the gate at the end of the Hesitation Bridge, looking towards the Gate of Justice. Huge marine warships are heading here through the Gate of Justice at this moment. Activate Buster Call. Target. Pirate Straw Hat Luffy and his gang. No need to confirm anymore. Destroy the entire Enies lobby. Every ship is in position. Emission. Bang bang bang. The marine fleet's guns were aimed in the direction of Enies lobby and fired. Boom boom boom. The cannonballs fell on the Justice Tower, destroying the Justice Tower without even caring about whether there were anyone inside. Tisk, tisk, this is really merciless. With so many fleets firing volleys side by side, it looks very spectacular. Shisui didn't care about this and said, since they are merciless, then I won't be merciful. Go. Let the world tremble for Uchiha. Receive. After speaking, Shisui raised his arm high, and his whole wrist formed thunder and lightning and rushed into the air. What is that? Lightning. Advertisement. Many people on the battleship saw the thunder and lightning that appeared on the Hesitation Bridge. God's sanction. Click. A dazzling thunder column fell from the sky and landed on a battleship. Boom. With a loud noise, the marine battleship was destroyed by the thunder pillar. The marine soldiers on the nearby battleship were all frightened when they saw this scene. What is this? Why are there such terrible lightning attacks? The Marine Vice Admiral Flying Squirrel on the nearby battleship was also startled by this attack, and immediately understood what it was. His expression changed drastically and he shouted, "It's Logia demon fruit power." Except for the strongest Logia devil fruit, no one can experience such terrifying thunder and lightning. Marine Vice Admiral Doberman roared, "Damn it! How come there is a Logia demon fruit power here? Why haven't you received any news? What do those guys at Enies lobby do for food? Logia demon fruit power. As the Naval Headquarters Vice Admiral, they understand how terrifying the Logia demon fruit power is better than anyone else. Because, the Naval Headquarters 3 admirals, the highest combat power of the world government, are the 3 Logia demon fruit powers. If they knew there was Logia demon fruit power here, how could they come so rashly? Ghost Spider ordered, "Attack." The artillery fire completely covers the hesitation bridge. He had already seen Zyan and the other 2 people at the hesitation bridge, where the thunder and lightning had actually come from. Bang bang bang. The marine soldiers received the order and immediately fired a salvo at the hesitation bridge. Breath of fire land type flaming blade. Itachi finally drew his sword at this time, and slashed out a series of flame slashes, accurately hitting the incoming cannonballs. Boom 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 boom. Under Sharingan's insight, Itachi's flame slash was like a precise navigation. Not a single cannonball could slip through the net. All the cannonballs were chopped down by Itachi and exploded in midair. Click. Advertisement. Another bolt of lightning fell from the sky. Another lightning pillar fell from the sky, and the speed of lightning made it impossible for the warships below to avoid it. Boom. Another battleship was destroyed. The door of justice had just been opened, but in the blink of an eye, 2 of Buster Call's 10 battleships had been destroyed. Luffy and others who came over were shocked when they saw this scene. So scary. Nami looked at the scene in front of her in disbelief. When she saw that Marine had 10 battleships, fear inevitably arose in her heart. Now that there were 8 ships, she felt even more frightened. Although her weather stick can also create some small thunder and lightning, compared with the opponent's thunder and lightning, her weather stick is no more than a child's toy. Quote. What a powerful swordsmanship. Zoro was very shocked when he saw Itachi's swordsmanship. He was just a child, why would he have such a powerful swordsmanship? Zyan said before that they were too weak, but he was still a little unconvinced. After all, he was also a well-known bounty hunter in East Blue. No matter how weak he is, he will definitely not be as good as a child like Uchiha Itachi. Now it seems that he has really overestimated himself. He is not even as good as a child. Barry said in surprise. 2 marine battleships were actually destroyed. This power is too terrifying. Robin said with a serious face. This is the terror of those with Logia Devil Fruit Thunder Fruit abilities. Seeing Shisui Dafa Kamui, they finally understood why Zyan said they were too weak. Compared with Zyan and Shisui, they were indeed too weak, King Nuo. If the opponent wanted to, Shisui could destroy Enies lobby alone. Luffy clenched his fists unwillingly when he saw this scene. Zyan looked at everything in front of him calmly. Shisui's 2 blows must have killed many marines, but he didn't care about his life. After many years in the ninja world, he has long understood one thing: only dead enemies are good enemies. The ninja in each village in the 5 major ninja countries has his own life and his own family. Maybe he is kind, and is a good old man praised by everyone in the village. But once you stand on the battlefield, you are your own enemy. Kindness to the enemy is cruelty to oneself. The same goes for these marines. No matter how much they shout the name of justice, if they become enemies, they will be completely destroyed. Click. The 3rd thunder pillar fell from the sky. Boom. Advertisement. Chapter 83. Suppressing Vice Admiral. Advertisement. The 3rd battleship was also destroyed by Shisui. At this time, the marines on the other battleships were also full of fear. A total of 10 battleships came to the Buster Call. The 3rd battleship was destroyed, and now there are 7 remaining. The probability of being attacked next is 1 in 7. But they all understand that the next time is not the last time. The other side will definitely destroy all the battleships, and then their probability of survival will be infinitely close to 0. We can't let the other side continue like this. If this continues, all battleships will be destroyed. The flying squirrel said with a serious face. Moonwalk. The flying squirrel jumped up from the boat, then stepped in the air and quickly rushed towards the hesitation bridge. Flying Squirrel Vice Admiral. The marine soldiers also saw the flying squirrel's movements. Strawberry Vice Admiral gave an order loudly. The fleet moves closer immediately. Support the Flying Squirrel Vice Admiral immediately. Originally, Buster Call relied on unlimited firepower to cover the strike and then completely wipe the target from the world. This was the first time they saw the enemy's firepower being stronger than the firepower of their naval headquarters. And it's not on the same level at all. You can't escape, and facing the opponent's ability, running away has no effect. No matter how fast their marine warship is, how can the O10 be faster than the thunder and lightning? There is only one way now, and that is close combat. Shisui, his wrist turned into lightning again. Go to hell. The flying squirrel drew his sword, with armament hockey wrapped around it, and slashed at Shui's head. A figure suddenly stopped in front of Shisui and faced him with a sword. Clang. Strong power fluctuations spread to the surroundings. How could that happen? The flying squirrel didn't expect that his attack would be stopped by a child. The flying squirrel turned back and landed on the hesitation bridge, then raised its head and looked above the gate. Click. Boom. The fourth thunder pillar fell from the sky and landed on a battleship, destroying the battleship. It was the battleship where Flying Squirrel was before. Advertisement. Stop. The Flying Squirrel was extremely angry when he saw this, and stared at Zyan and the others. Who are you? Who are we? This question is getting on our nerves these days. In the past, when he was in the ninja world, whenever someone asked him who he was, he would always call out his title and name when he saw him. Then either launch a suicidal attack regardless, or turn around and run away immediately. But I still have to introduce myself. We are from Uchiha Security Company. This time we are hired by our employer to protect Straw Hat Crew and Nico Robin. If you want to kill Straw Hat Crew and Nico Robin, then I have no choice but to take action. Got rid of you. Uchiha Security Company. Flying Squirrel frowned. He had never heard of the name of this security company, but it looked like he wasn't lying. How dare you go against the world government? We are running a company, and our first priority is to make money by being friendly. Unless we encounter someone who affects the completion of our tasks, we generally won't take action. We don't want to have too many conflicts with the world government. If you retreat now, I can let you live. Impossible. A figure landed next to the flying squirrel. Its hair formed 6 arms, and with its own 2 swords, it looked like an 8-legged spider. He is the Naval Headquarters Vice Admiral, Ghost Spider. Boy, no one can attack Marine and still leave unharmed. If you were to leave today, where is the dignity of our Marine Corps? They were here to carry out the Buster Call, and they would be laughed at if they returned to Naval Headquarters like this. I let you leave. When did it become like you let us leave? But since you said so, forget it. Cut. The flying squirrel swung its sword and sent out a huge slash, slashing towards the stone arch door pillar. Click. The doorpost broke. Zyan and the others tiptoed, and their bodies fell on the bridge of hesitation. Shave. Ghost Spider took this opportunity to quickly rush towards Zyan and the others, slashing at them with 8 knives. Itachi activated Armament Haki to harden and entangle, and at the same time activated Breath of Fire. The blade was wrapped in flames and he quickly came forward. Breath of Fire. Form of 4, Uzumaki of Shungyan. Clang Needle. This kid. As soon as they fought, Ghost Spider felt something was wrong. This kid's strength, speed and swordsmanship were too high. He is the Marine Vice Admiral, the Vice Admiral who has mastered the 6 styles in life return, Armament Haki and Observation Haki, but now he is actually being beaten by a child who looks to be just over 10 years old. Advertisement. And it's incredible that this kid mastered Armament Haki at such a young age. Wow, an arm formed from the Ghost Spider's hair was severed. How can this be? While the Ghost Spider was shocked, Itachi kept attacking the Ghost Spider, and the arms made of the Ghost Spider's hair were cut off one after another. How is it possible? That little devil actually suppressed the Vice Admiral, the Ghost Spider. The battle at the Bridge of Hesitation was witnessed by all the Marines on the surrounding warships, with expressions of disbelief on their faces. That was the famous Ghost Spider Vice Admiral, but now he was suppressed by a child in his early 10 years. Who would dare to believe it? The flying squirrel also attacked Shisui, but the water body kept dodging. Crack. Shisui's figure flashed in front of the flying squirrel, and the flying squirrel's expression changed so fast that he didn't even react. Shisui placed his palms on the flying squirrel's chest. Oops. 30 million volts. Discharge. Crack. The flying squirrel screamed in agony. Bang. The flying squirrel sat on its knees on the ground, as if its body had been scorched by electricity. Flying Squirrel Vice Admiral, Doberman, Huo Shaoshan, and Stallo Berry all rushed forward and slashed at Shisui. Crack. Shisui's body turned into lightning and left. Boom. The bridge deck where Shisui was just now was cut into pieces. 3 people stopped in front of the flying squirrel. Flying Squirrel, are you okay? Woo. The flying squirrel's body couldn't help but tremble. The lightning attack just after entering the water was not so easy to withstand. Damn it. Advertisement. Chapter 84 Admiral Aokiji. Advertisement. Shisui aimed his palm at several people. Crack. Shisui's wrist turned into lightning. Not good. God's sanction. The name was so cool that Shisui just picked it up and used it. Call out. A thick pillar of lightning shot straight towards the location of Flying Squirrel and several others. Boom. The hesitation bridge where the flying squirrels and others were was partially destroyed. Whoosh. Doberman's Vice Admiral appeared behind Shisui and slashed at Shisui with his sword. Whoosh. The blade slashed across Shisui's body, and Shisui used elementalization to dodge Doberman's attack in advance. Snapped. When the blade of the sword just cut through Shisui's body, Shisui's palm caught Doberman's sword. Crack. Not good. Doberman's expression changed and he quickly let go. The corners of Shisui's mouth raised slightly, and he didn't use lightning attack at all. Instead, he raised his foot and kicked Doberman backward quickly. Bang. Doberman was kicked in the abdomen by Shisui, and he flew straight away. Boom. Doberman's body hit the Marine warship. Doberman Vice Admiral. Bang bang bang. Many Marines fired at Shisui. The bullets passed through Shisui's body. Don't shoot at him, it's useless. Logia Demon Fruit Power is immune to all physical attacks. Unless it's a bullet wrapped with armament hockey, it won't hurt him at all. Stolo Berry Vice Admiral said. You attack everyone except that one person. Yes. Bang bang bang. Almost all of the bullets were fired at Zyan, who had never participated in the battle. Really, you can't just let me rest for a while. Open hollow corner bracket Tempest kick close hollow corner bracket Flame Bird. Zyan raised his foot and kicked out a bird-shaped slashing wave like a fire phoenix at the warship. Advertisement. Exclamation mark exclamation mark exclamation mark. The warship hit by Zyan's kick exploded, the fifth warship was sunk, and half of Buster Call's warships had been destroyed. There were screams on the warship, and many people were shot down into the sea by the impact of the explosion. Colonel Level goes to war quickly. About 200 people rushed out from the Marine battleship. These were all colonels of the naval headquarters, and they were all elites in the Marine. Go support the vice admirals. Go ahead, kill them. 200 Marine colonels jumped onto the hesitation bridge and launched attacks on Zyan and the others. Even when 200 Marine elite colonels attacked, the three Zyan brothers were not afraid at all. The three of them activated Sharingan and cooperated with observation Haki to dodge the attacks of these Marines and launch a counterattack. Zyan did not draw his sword, and was still using his bare hands. Teishu, which is the basis of ninja confrontation, Zyan is naturally an incomparable grandmaster, and is the most suitable for moving muscles and bones. Fire-style great fireball technique. Itachi formed a seal with one hand and spit out a huge fireball from his mouth. Boom. The explosion of the great fireball knocked many people away. What happened? You can actually spit fireballs from your mouth. Is this guy also an Esper? Although he was also taught by Zyan, Itachi's character is the same as in the anime, very reserved, and his physical and sword skills are top-notch, but he prefers to fight in a more efficient way. Whoosh. Huo Shaoshan Vice Admiral appeared behind Shisui and launched a sneak attack on Shisui. Shisui seemed to have expected it. He turned his back to Huo Shaoshan and formed a seal with one hand. Lovebird. A ball of thunder and lightning emitted from Shisui, forming a giant Thunderbird Phoenix, and the Thunderbird passed through the Vice Admiral of the Fire Mountain. Hua, Vice Admiral of Huo Shaoshan was hit head-on by a Thunderbird, and his whole body was scorched by electricity. Fire Mountain Vice Admiral. The Marine soldier couldn't help but exclaimed. Not long after the Buster Call started, 2 Marine Vice Admirals had already lost their combat effectiveness, and 1 Marine Vice Admiral was injured. The Ghost Spider yelled. Damn it. Don't be afraid. Breath of Fire Wu's type. Fire Tiger. Roar. Itachi stabbed at the Ghost Spider, swung the knife hard towards the Ghost Spider, and slashed at the Ghost Spider with a giant slash like a burning tiger. Damn it. Don't underestimate me. The Ghost Spider blocked it with a knife. Advertisement. Boom. The violent impact spread to the surroundings, knocking back many Marine colonels. Please give me flowers. The Ghost Spider roared loudly. Click. Cracks appeared on the bridge under the Ghost Spider's feet. Damn it. Boom. The bridge deck was completely shattered, and Ghost Spider was knocked into the sea. Vice Admiral. Click. Storo Berry took advantage of the chaos to sneak attack Zyan, but his 2 swords were cut off by Zyan with his bare hands. Sneak attacks are not a good habit. His 2 swords were cut off, which made Storo Berry suddenly panic, but he immediately calmed down. There is no need to be honorable when dealing with criminals. Poof. Zyan shot a lightning spear from his finger, piercing Storo Berry's chest. 0. What a coincidence, I thought so too. Woo. Stalo Berry covered his chest and slowly fell to the ground. Stalo Berry Vice Admiral. All Marines were shocked and angry. 5 Naval Headquarters Vice Admirals and 10 Marine warships were all defeated at this moment. The opponents were only 3 people. Luffy and others were also very shocked. Buster Call can actually be broken. Robin couldn't believe that the nightmare that had haunted her for 20 years could be destroyed so easily. Zoro clenched his fists. So strong. When he saw the swordsmanship used by Uchiha Itachi, he was so excited that his body was shaking. It was too strong. It was too strong. He had also been practicing swordsmanship since he was a child, aiming to become the world's best swordsman, practicing hard not to poke. But now he can clearly feel the gap in swordsmanship between himself and Uchiha Itachi. If it was Zyan, he could barely accept it, but Uchiha Itachi was only a child. But such a child actually mastered such superb sword skills. This made him question what he had been doing all these years. Suddenly, a burst of cold air broke out. Wow. In the blink of an eye, the entire sea was frozen, turning the surrounding area into a land of ice. Zyan's brows raised. Are you here? Then a person's voice sounded. Alas. I'm sorry, brother. Can you let him go? That guy is my subordinate. Advertisement. Chapter 85 Thunder and Ice. Advertisement. Marine Admiral Aokiji. This is a tall man with dark skin, curly hair, wearing a white suit vest and dark blue shirt, with a green eye patch on his forehead. Luffy and others were shocked when they saw Aokiji. They remembered that they had met Admiral Aokiji on Long Chain Island. As a result, several people were killed in an instant, and they were all frozen into ice. If Aokiji wanted to kill them at that time, it would be easy. From that time on, when they saw Admiral Aokiji, they were like mice seeing a cat, and they were instinctively afraid. It's over. Robin's face was pale at this time, and his heart was filled with despair. Aokiji appeared, and the scene from 20 years ago reappeared. Although Aokiji let her go 20 years ago, she still became Robin's nightmare. The overwhelming and desperate power of 730 gave her the feeling that I could let you go at any time, but I could catch you back at any time. She had been hiding and running away all these years just to avoid Aokiji. This kind of torture made her extremely uncomfortable. It's Admiral Aokiji. Great. Aokiji Admiral is here. We are saved. When the marine soldiers saw Aokiji appear, they all cheered. The enemy was too powerful, but with Admiral coming, everything would be no problem, and all these criminals would be wiped out. Crack. Shisui's figure instantly appeared next to Zyan. He also felt that the person coming had strong strength, and his face became a little serious. Itachi also appeared next to Xuanyan, staring at Aokiji. The sea is frozen, and this power is very terrifying. Mr. Kuzan, I'm really embarrassed to see you. Stallo Berry said ashamedly. Zyan smiled when he saw Aokiji appear and said, it's not that I won't let him go, but that he won't let me go. There's nothing I can do. Uchiha Xuanyan, it's really unbelievable that you have such great strength. Huh, do you know me? I finally met someone who knew who I was, and this person was Marine Admiral. Your story has been in the newspapers, but it has caused quite a stir. The man of the pirate Empress Boa Hancock, one of the 7 warlords of the sea, many people have speculated that you were a pretty boy. They never thought that you actually have with such strong strength, and even a thunder fruit user, no wonder all my subordinates were defeated. When Aokiji came, he saw Shisui's thunder and lightning from a distance, which gave him a bad premonition and hurried over. In fact, his hunch was correct. 5 marine warships were destroyed, and all 5 marine vice admirals were defeated. It can be said that the losses were heavy. Advertisement. Buster Call has always been used to slay demons, but it ended up being slain by demons. This is the first time in marine history. Logia Thunder Fruit, in terms of Devil Fruit ability alone, this boy's ability is already on par with him. It's just good luck. This is not luck. Only the weak attribute all achievements to luck, while the strong will control luck. Why are powerful devil fruits eaten by powerful people? Is it because they eat devil fruit that they become powerful? No, it is because they are powerful that they can eat powerful devil fruit. You said you were lucky, maybe, but after killing so many of my subordinates and meeting me, your good luck ends here. A cold air appeared on Aokiji's body, and his collar was frozen. Dash exclamation mark quote. The entire ground was frozen instantly. Electric light. Shisui's body emitted thunder and lightning, which instantly turned into heat, blocking Aokiji's freezing. Ottle. Strong cold and strong heat collide together, producing a large amount of white frost. Fire-style great fireball technique. Itachi had already formed a seal with one hand, and a huge burning fireball came out of his mouth, blowing away all the white frost on his chest. Aokiji raised his arm and blocked the great fireball with one hand. Kaka. The huge fireball began to freeze quickly, and in the blink of an eye, the great fireball turned into a big ice ball. Fire. Are you demon fruit power too? In this case, even if you are a child, I will not show mercy. Aokiji's face became serious, and a lot of ice condensed on his arms. Crack, crack. Lightning also began to gather on Shisui's arm. Ice cube violent pheasant mouth. God's sanction. Aokiji gathered the cold air on his right arm, released an ice bird, and rushed towards Zyan and the others. Advertisement. Shisui released a thick thunder pillar from his arm and faced him. Boom. The 2 powers of lightning and ice collided together, resulting in a terrifying destructive impact. Click click click. The bridge of hesitation has become very fragile due to being frozen by Aokiji. At this moment, a large number of cracks have appeared due to the impact of the collision of 2 terrifying forces. Exclamation mark. The bridge of hesitation burst like ice. What? That brat was able to fight to a draw with Aokiji Admiral. How can this be? The many Marines who were watching were in disbelief when they saw this scene. Xuanyan and the other 3 landed on the frozen sea, and Aokiji also landed not far in front of them. Seeing that his move was blocked by Shisui, Aokiji also became serious. Alala. There is no other way. It seems that we have really encountered a difficult opponent. Puck. Aokiji jumped up high and released 5 icicles from his arms to shoot at Zyan and the others. Thunder Dragon. Shisui formed a seal in his hand and released a large amount of thunder and lightning from his body, forming a Thunder Dragon and rushing forward for 2.5 seconds. Boom. The Thunder Dragon collided with the 5 icicles, and the icicles and the Thunder Dragon cancelled each other out, creating a more violent impact that spread to the surroundings. Cracks appeared on the surrounding battleships, and many Marine soldiers were rolled backwards by the violent impact. So strong. An excited smile appeared on Shisui's face. He had not encountered such a powerful opponent for a long time. At this time, Zyan said, Shisui, let me do it. Brother Xuanyan, I haven't fought enough yet. We'll talk about it later if we haven't fought enough. If you want to fight him, I don't know how long it will take to decide the winner. This is Enies lobby, and naval headquarters is less than 30 minutes away from here. If it drags on and the 3 Marine admirals arrive together, it's a bit troublesome. Advertisement. Chapter 86 Zyan vs Aokiji. Advertisement. To be honest, Aokiji could freeze this place directly to the naval headquarters. When the admiral of headquarters is dispatched, although he is not afraid, it will be detrimental to the company's development. He is the boss now, so he still has to think more about the company. Aokiji's face darkened. You mean you can defeat me easily? Since becoming a Marine admiral, he has never lost a single game in the past 20 years. The reason why Marine Admiral's name is so scary is that it's not just a boast, it's a real one. I don't know how many pirates with terrible strength have been captured by him over the years. As a Marine Admiral, he is quite arrogant. How is it possible? Who in this world dares to say that they can easily defeat Marine Admirals, especially the 3 current Marine Admirals, who can almost be said to be the 3 strongest in the entire history of Marine? Ah la la, thank you for your compliment. I'm most ashamed of myself, but there's no big problem in catching criminals like you. Criminal. I'm not a criminal. How bad does it sound to be a criminal? I'm just performing my employer's tasks. 11. Uchiha Security Company. A security company that harbors criminals is also a criminal. Then there's nothing to talk about. From the moment you took action against my subordinates, there was no longer anything to talk about. It's a pity. I still want to sit down and have a drink with you. In that case, let's get started. If I finish the fight earlier, I can go back to bed earlier. Then let me help you sleep forever. Frozen time capsule. Aokiji raised his hand and released a blast of cold air, freezing everything in its path. Call out. Zyan's figure disappeared, avoiding Aokiji's attack. Whoosh. Aokiji's air conditioning fell on the marine battleship, and the entire marine battleship was frozen in an instant. Hua, run. Many Marines saw this and quickly jumped off the ship. Oops. Advertisement. Aokiji looked a little ugly. Oops. This time it's not me taking action against your subordinates, but you taking action against your own subordinates. As a Marine Admiral, you take action against your own subordinates. This makes the Marines who admire you so chilling. Shut up. Ice cube violent pheasant mouth. Tempest kick, Yan now. Zyan raised his foot and launched a fire phoenix-shaped slashing wave. This was a combination of tempest kick and breath of the sun. It was more powerful than breath of flame. Icebirds and firebirds collide. Swish. The icebird's body was cut open by the firebird, and it continued to fly towards Aokiji. What? Aokiji was surprised. He didn't expect that his own attack would be defeated in a fight with Zyan. Boom. The terrifying phoenix slash fell on the marine warship, and the warship was also destroyed. Hua. There were a total of 5 marine warships left before. Now, 1 was frozen by Aokiji, 1 was destroyed by Zyan, and only 3 intact warships were left. But these 3 ships will obviously be destroyed soon. Under an attack of this level from the Marine Admiral, their ships are also frozen at the moment. Obviously there is no way to move. It is only a matter of time before they are destroyed. At this time, a voice said, "Quick! Contact Naval Headquarters for support." Doberman Vice Admiral. The person who spoke was none other than Doberman. He was kicked away by Shisui before. Among the 5 Marine Vice Admirals, he was the least injured. Request support. The Marine soldiers were a little confused at this time. Why did they ask for support? Marine Admiral Aokiji was already here. Did Doberman think Aokiji Admiral was no match for these criminals? Although Aokiji Admiral's strength is powerful, the strength of the enemy this time is also extraordinary. If they escape, there will be endless troubles. The best way is to take this opportunity to catch all these guys and eradicate them. Yes. Advertisement. Naval Headquarters. Marine Marshal's Office. Puff. Puff. What's up? Report. Marshal Sengoku. This is Enies lobby. Operation Buster call is blocked. Support is urgently needed. Sengoku frowned when he heard this. He knew about Aokiji's call to Spandam Buster. He had also received the report that CP9 had captured Nico Robin before. What's going on? Isn't it just the Straw Hat crew? A battleship and 5 vice admirals can't take down a mere straw hat for 3 nights. No, there was an accident here. All 5 vice admirals were defeated. Sengoku stood up in disbelief when he heard this. What? The vice admirals actually lost. Are you kidding me? What on earth is going on? It's the Uchiha Security Company. They seem to have been hired to protect Nico Robin and the Straw Hat crew. They were the ones who defeated the vice admiral, and now Aokiji Admiral is fighting them. Sengoku felt relieved again after hearing this. With Kuzan here, there will be no problem. Aokiji is one of the 3 admirals of the naval headquarters. He has the highest combat power in the world government. One person can easily destroy a powerful pirate group. At this time, the appearance of the phone bug changed into something similar to Doberman's scarred face. Marshal Sengoku. I am Doberman. I am the one asking for support. 937 inches. Doberman. What's going on? Is the enemy Uchiha Security Company? How many people did they come in total? The Uchiha Security Company is so powerful that there are 3 people in total, all teenagers, one of whom is a Logia Devil Fruit Hidden Thunder Spring Power user. Thunder Fruit. Sengoku was surprised when he heard this. This Devil Fruit is definitely as powerful as the current Marine 3 Admirals Devil Fruit. The world government has also been actively searching for this Devil Fruit. Unexpectedly, this Devil Fruit fell into the hands of the Uchiha clan of unknown origin. Even if he is a Thunder Fruit user, he will definitely not be Kuzan's opponent. Admiral can not only rely on Devil Fruit to become a master, even without Devil Fruit, Marine Admiral is still the top master. No, the Thunder Fruit user had a few fights with Aokiji Admiral, and he didn't lose at all. The one fighting Aokiji Admiral now is another one, and his strength is comparable to that of Aokiji Admiral, but if 2 people fight together. Doberman didn't say anything, but Sengoku could understand what he meant. If the 2 of them went together, Kuzan would probably be defeated. Sengoku said with a serious face, Marine Admiral cannot be defeated. Advertisement. Chapter 87 Zyan is serious. Advertisement. What is Marine Admiral? It is the highest combat power of world government and the signature of world government and Marine. Marine Admiral was defeated. If word got out, what would those government-joined countries think? Wouldn't it be that Marine was weak and unable to fight against the pirates? What did those pirates think? They thought that Marine Admiral was nothing more than that, and they became more arrogant and domineering. Especially now, a very critical period. If the plan succeeds, he can end this evil era of pirates, so no matter what, Marine Admiral cannot be defeated. Sengoku dialed Kizaru's phone number. Moses. Kizaru. It's me Sengoku. Oh, Marshal Sengoku, what's the matter? You immediately go to Enies lobby and cooperate with Aokiji to annihilate the enemies, especially one person from Uchiha Security Company. Uchiha Security Company. Kizaru is a little confused. When did such a security company appear again, and who dares to open a security company in this era of great pirates? And cooperate with Aokiji, what the hell is this? It's not the 4 emperors who are attacking New World. Even the 4 emperors don't need to dispatch 2 marine admirals. Marshal Sengoku is making a fuss. It is a company founded by a young man named Uchiha Zyan, and it is also the main goal this time. That's it. Okay then. Call out. Aokiji's figure appeared in midair. Ice Cube 2-thorn spear. Several ice spears condensed around Aokiji and shot towards Zyan. Open hollow corner bracket big ball Rasengan. Zyan fired a huge Rasengan from his hand. Click. The ice spear was shattered by Rasengan. Boom. Rasengan hits Aokiji in midair. Click. Aokiji's body was shattered by the Rasengan and turned into ice cubes that fell on the ice. Aokiji Admiral. The marine soldiers were all in disbelief when they saw this scene. The pheasant skyfall was actually shattered. Advertisement. Immediately afterwards, Aokiji's body grew lifelessly from the ice behind Zyan. Freezing moment. Then he raised his hand and released a blast of cold air. Whoosh. Zyan's body was frozen in an instant. What? Seeing Zyan being frozen, the expressions of Luffy and others changed drastically. What should I do? That guy is actually frozen. There is no other way, then we are the only ones to do it. Can we beat that guy? They were instantly killed by Aokiji on Long Chain Island. Although they are a little stronger now, they still can't escape the ending of being killed instantly. You have to fight even if you can't beat me. None of them expected that Marine Admiral Aokiji would come here, and it was too late to escape now. Very good. That monster is frozen. Aokiji Admiral wins. Marine cheered. Uchiha Shisui and Uchiha Itachi stood in the distance without moving, with no unnecessary expressions on their faces. Aokiji stared at the frozen Zyan and said coldly, "What are you doing?" Kaka. There were cracks in the ice outside Zanyan's body. Exclamation mark. All the ice blocks covering Zanyan's body shattered, and Zyan reappeared intact. What? Is that guy okay? Except for Aokiji, Shisui and Itachi, everyone's jaw dropped. Especially Luffy and others, they had tasted this move, or in other words, they were wiped out by this move, and it took them a long time to recover. Ah sneeze. Advertisement. So cold. Really, if I had known it was so cold, I wouldn't have taken this trick. Aokiji looked very unhappy when he heard this. Aren't you afraid of being frozen to death? His frozen fruit ability freezes a person's body and consciousness together. I'm afraid, but it's rare to meet a Marine Admiral, so I have to try the Marine Admiral's ability. The reason why he took the initiative to fight Aokiji was to experience Admiral's strength level in person and to understand the strength of the world's top combat force. After all, if you haven't played it yourself, you don't have a thorough understanding of Admiral's strength. Try it. You were playing with fire. What did you come up with? Zyan sighed. It is indeed the top combat force in the world government. Marine Admiral's strength is well deserved. Humph. But I can't see the slightest fear in your eyes. Zyan blinked. Afraid. Why be afraid? At most it's just a little troublesome, far from being afraid. Aokiji's face darkened when he heard this. A bit troublesome. Kid, you are a little too arrogant. Didn't your parents tell you not to be too arrogant when you go out? Parents. Both my parents in this life died in the war when I was less than 1 year old. I also learned the principles of life by myself. During this period, many people wanted to teach me various principles of life. But now the grass has grown on the graves. Quote. It seems that you have had a not so perfect life, but this is not a reason for you to harbor criminals and commit illegal crimes. Aokiji's arms were covered with ice again, and a terrifying cold air emitted from his body. He was obviously ready to take action. This boy made him truly feel threatened. Crime. This is just an excuse used by the world government to define and attack those who are against their will. If we really want to talk about committing a crime, then the world government is the biggest criminal. Zyan also held the handle of the Nichiren sword for the first time. Aokiji raised his eyebrows. He first noticed a knife on Zanyan's waist and guessed that Zyan was a swordsman. But since the battle with Zyan, the opponent has never used it. He thought Zyan was just using it for decoration. Zoro saw Zyan holding the sword and immediately looked at it with concentration. He had seen the swordsmanship of Hawkeye, the world's greatest swordsman, and he also wanted to see how Zanyan's swordsmanship was. I want to know which of the two is better. The strong and the weak return. Zyan slowly pulled out the sun blade. When the dark blade appeared, the sunlight in the Enies lobby, known as the island that never sleeps, became much dimmer, as if it was absorbed by the black blade. Then Zyan held the knife with both hands. The black knife immediately turned red, as if it was burned red. Then a black Madara pattern appeared on the left side of Zanyan's forehead, which looked like the same three-pack pattern as Sharingan. Call. Zanyan's body seemed to burn like the sun. Seeing this scene, Shisui and Itachi couldn't help but get a little excited. Itachi rarely took the initiative to say, "Brother Schwanyan, you are serious." Advertisement. Chapter 88 Breath of the Sun. Advertisement. Shisui also said excitedly, "How long has it been since we last met?" "How long? Almost 5 years." Itachi thought for a moment and replied, "Since Brother Schwanyan was respected as the sword god by the ninja world, he has never seen Schwanyan fighting seriously. The reason is very simple. There is no one in the entire ninja world who is worthy of Brother Schwanyan's serious action. The two of them know far more about Uchiha Schwanyan than outsiders, and there are many unknown achievements that outsiders don't know about. They didn't know that 4th Kazekage was beaten up and seriously injured in the desert because of sarcasm Uchiha. I don't know who caused 3rd Tsuchikage's disc herniation. The 4th Mizukage wanted to study the Sharingan of the Uchiha clan, but was arrested and studied. I didn't even know that 4th Raikage was actually lying on the ground when he said harsh words to someone. Uchiha-ku. They knew that if Brother Schwanyan really wanted to, it wouldn't be difficult at all. The aura emanating from Zanyan's body continued to spread to the surroundings. Many Marines were blown back by this momentum. Aokiji also looked serious at this moment. He could hardly believe that a 17-year-old boy had such terrifying aura. Immediately afterwards, Haki radiated from Zanyan wrapped around the knife in his hand, and then locked it in an instant, covering the Nichiren knife. Even if Haki is hardened, it cannot stop the red light on the He sword. Haki's energy flows on the sword, just like blood flowing and breathing. Finally, the 3 Magatama in Zanyan's eyes were connected into one, forming the shape of a 5-pointed star. Aokiji exhaled a breath of cold air, and an ice blade took shape in Aokiji's hand. He planned to compete with Zanyan in swordsmanship. The Breath of the Sun one-shape round dance. Breath of the Sun, the most powerful breathing method in the world of Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, is about to shine its light in the world of One Piece. Whoosh! Zanyan appeared in front of Aokiji in an instant, and Aokiji's expression changed drastically. Too fast. This speed is too fast. With his observation Haki, he could only vaguely sense it. Aokiji didn't even swing his sword. Poof. Advertisement. Aokiji's head was cut off by Zanyan. Zanyan said calmly, "Don't use your hobbies to challenge other people's majors." Aokiji Admiral. All the Marines were horrified to see Aokiji's head being chopped off. What? Aokiji's head has been chopped off. Luffy and others were also shocked at this moment. Kaka. Aokiji's body turned into ice cubes and scattered. What remained here was not Aokiji's body at all, but a clone made by Aokiji using ice cubes. Aokiji appears behind Zanyan. "I was the one who offended. I will deal with you with all my strength next." He had indeed wanted to compete with Zanyan in swordsmanship before. As an admiral of headquarters, Aokiji's swordsmanship was not top-notch, but it was not bad. But compared with Zanyan, it was Guangong who was using a big sword in front of him, and the swordsmanship level of the two people was not at the same level at all. Puck. Open hollow corner bracket Breath of the Sun shape of 4 Fantasy Sun Rainbow close hollow corner bracket. Click click click. The icicles quickly condensed into a huge ice ball when they landed. Zanyan was frozen again. This time it was not as frozen as last time. This time it was surrounded by thick ice blocks, and the difficulty of breaking it was not comparable to that before. But soon, the frozen figure faded away. Disappeared. No, it wasn't frozen in the first place. That's an afterimage. Everyone was very surprised, Sif, and couldn't believe that the afterimage actually left such a clear afterimage that even looked like a real person. How on earth could it be done? Look for it. Where are they? All Marines began to look for Zanyan, but they couldn't find Zanyan anywhere, as if Zanyan had disappeared. Above. Advertisement. At this time, someone finally saw Zanyan, who unexpectedly reached high in the sky and seemed to be integrated with the sun in the sky, so that no one noticed. Aokiji Admiral, be careful. Many Marines have warned Aokiji. Breath of the Sun shape of picking up brilliant grace. Zanyan seemed to be falling downwards at a high speed like a meteorite. His body kept rotating and the blade wrapped around the flames, forming a spiral slash, like a tornado of flames. When he arrived in front of Aokiji, the spiral slash easily cut Aokiji's body into pieces. Boom. Zanyan landed on the ice, and the strong impact caused the ice to shatter inch by inch, forming a terrifying impact like ice roaring, rapidly spreading to the surroundings. Huge marine battleships were destroyed by the impact, and countless marine soldiers were all knocked away by the impact. Even Luffy and others who were far away were affected and hid behind the wall. Nami was so frightened that she screamed. Zoro opened his eyes wide and looked ahead in disbelief. How is it possible that you can launch such a precise attack at such a speed? This kind of swordsmanship, how did he do it? After a while, the impact gradually subsided. At this moment, a large crater with a diameter of several hundred meters appeared on the ice. It looked like the scene after a meteorite fell. In the center, Schwanyan stood there, still looking like a human-shaped sun. Kaka. Aokiji emerged from the ice far away from Zanyan, with a scar on his body. He stared at Zanyan coldly. Just now, he was almost cut in half. It has been many years since we have encountered such a crisis. The opponent's swordsmanship even made him feel terrified. He had such swordsmanship and strength at such a young age. Is this the real monster? In the past, he was called a monster by the Marines. Only he understood that he was not a monster, and that his strength was gained through hard work little by little. Compared with himself, the young man in front of him is a truly terrifying monster. But I shoulder the title of the strongest combat power in the world government, and I must not lose. Advertisement. Chapter 89 Admiral Kizaru. Advertisement. Whoosh. Aokiji appears behind Zyan. On the ice, he can transform into elements at any time and appear quickly from anywhere on the ice. Ice cube violent pheasant mouth. Open hollow corner bracket breath of the sun type of land bone scorching sun close hollow corner bracket. Zyan released a rotating flame slash and dismembered Aokiji's violent pheasant mouth. A large amount of white water vapor was produced due to the collision of hot and cold. Bang. Aokiji appeared behind Zyan, turning from white water vapor to Nakata. Gloves of ice. Aokiji's palms were transformed into ice elements, while armament haki hardened and entangled, and he punched Zyan. As the disciple of marine hero Garp, Aokiji is best at fists besides the power of devil fruit. Open hollow corner bracket sun breath wu type train close hollow corner bracket. Xuanyan jumped back, avoiding Aokiji's fist, and struck Aokiji on the back with the blade. Poof. Aokiji had a cut on his back. This made Aokiji's expression change. He had just used observation haki to sense that the opponent was about to attack his back. He immediately used armament haki on his back to harden it. Although there was not much armament haki, the opponent's sword was able to break through his own armament haki, which really made him very miserable. He has never encountered a slash that could break through the hardening of his armor so easily. Aokiji endured the pain and quickly turned around and punched. Open hollow corner bracket breath of the sun 9 shape turn around in the setting sun close hollow corner bracket. Xuanyan's body instantly flashed into the air, and he avoided Aokiji's fist attack with an inverted posture while delivering a horizontal slash. Whoosh. Aokiji's neck was cut off and his head flew high. Aokiji's lower body quickly turned into ice, and a person appeared in the distance. Open hollow corner bracket breath of the sun shape of she dragon of sun halo head dance close hollow corner bracket. Zyan's body was like a fire dragon flying around and attacking Aokiji constantly. Swish swish swish. Aokiji used Xiao's constant dodges and simultaneously released freezing attacks. Compared to what Zoro saw and felt, Aokiji was more able to understand Zyan's swordsmanship. Advertisement. The sword skills are continuous and seemingly endless. Once he falls into it, it's like being stuck in a quagmire and unable to extricate himself. After fighting until now, he has several scars on his body. Although they are not serious, they are not enough to withstand them. Click click click. They were all shattered by Zyan, and finally Aokiji rushed into the air. Puck. 5 icicles shot from midair towards Zyan below. The breath of the sun the shape of Qiyang Wasu. The flames rotated around Zyan's body, the blade thrust towards the icicles, and a raging flame slash formed around him. Boom 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 boom. The 5 huge icicles were all shattered as if they were cut by an electric drill. Zyan kept attacking Aokiji with a series of sword shapes. They were obviously different sword shapes, but they were integrated. Aokiji could only resist with all his strength. Zoro was excited when he saw this scene. Such swordsmanship was really too strong. At the same time, he also realized something was wrong. Can such a powerful sword move actually form a cycle? Cycle. Moves can actually be seamlessly connected to form a cycle. Then the cycle of all sword shapes is also one big sword shape. OMG. What kind of genius idea is this to create these sword moves? These sword moves are so difficult to practice. Is this really the sword skill unleashed by humans? Zoro's eyes lit up, as if he had discovered a new continent. This is definitely an incredible field. The opponent's swordsmanship is too strong. Even Hawkeye, the world's greatest swordsman, cannot reach the height of this person's swordsmanship. Sword God. This is the domain of the god of swordsmanship. Aokiji stepped in the air, swooped down like a shooting star and punched Xuanyan directly. Xuanyan hit Aokiji's fist with his knife. Clang. 2 powerful forces collided. Boom. The ground beneath Zyan's feet shattered, and the terrifying impact spread to the surroundings. Advertisement. The marine soldiers screamed. Even though they had hid far away, they were still affected by the attacks of the 2 men. Doberman ordered with a serious face. Everyone, continue to retreat. Don't be involved in the attack. That's no longer a place where you guys can get close. Please give me flowers. The flying squirrel said with a solemn expression. Uchiha Company, what is going on? Why does it have such a strong power? He was hit by Shisui's lightning, and Vice Admiral's powerful physical strength has allowed him to regain a certain amount of mobility. I originally thought that Uchiha Shisui, the Thunderfruit power user, was scary enough, but I didn't expect that an even scarier guy would appear. That was Admiral of Headquarters Aokiji, and he was actually being suppressed by that young man at this moment. He was one of the most powerful combatants in the world government. I don't know. The youngest kid's strength is also extraordinary. The ghost spider was knocked into the sea by Itachi's sword and swam out again. Being defeated by a child-made ghost spider, the Vice Admiral, a little embarrassed. Although the injuries he suffered were not serious, he did not dare to act rashly at this moment. Because Shisui and Itachi were standing over there at this time, if they dared to make a move, they would be met with a ruthless blow from Shui and Itachi. I don't know when the support from naval headquarters will arrive. Sudden, a golden ray shot rapidly towards Zyan from a distance. Boom. This is. All the marine soldiers were stunned. They looked in the direction of the golden laser and saw a man standing above the gate of justice. A man with short curly black hair, a pair of yellow sunglasses, a yellow and white striped suit, and a marine coat stood there. Admiral Kizaru. All marines were immediately excited when they saw the visitor, and naval headquarters finally sent Admiral over again. They were all trembling before. Because Zyan and Aokiji were fighting, Zyan even suppressed Aokiji. Not only that, the opponent also had the equally terrifying Shisui and the powerful Itachi. If the two of them attack them, they may not be able to resist. This is not alarmist, because Shisui has almost always done it before. At this time, Kizaru looked up. A thick thunder pillar fell from the sky and landed on the gate of justice. Boom. Advertisement. Chapter 90. It's so scary. Advertisement. The heaven and earth were penetrated by a thunder pillar. The pillars of thunder destroyed the gate of justice that had stood for another 800 years. How dare you sneak attack Brother Schwanyan? You were looking for death. Shisui's face was very ugly. He was obviously here, but Brother Schwanyan was attacked by others. This was a great shame and humiliation for him. Boo hoo hoo. Golden light spots gathered, and Kizaru's figure appeared on the ice. Crack. Shisui's figure turned into thunder and lightning, and the Mangekyo Sharingan was activated, appearing in front of Kizaru and glaring at Kizaru. Itachi also appeared nearby, preparing to fight Kizaru with Shisui. It's so scary. Are today's young people so scary? They came up and launched such a terrifying attack on an old man like me. Didn't they want my life? Kizaru was also, 3, a little surprised. The opponent's devil fruit was obviously Logia's thunder fruit, which was the strongest kind that was not weaker than his own sparkling fruit. A security company that I have never heard of actually has such Logia demon fruit power. No wonder Marshal Sengoku asked him to come over. At this time, Aokiji appeared next to Kizaru and frowned. Poor Salino, why are you here? Marshal Sengoku asked me to come. Are young people today so scary? Kizaru looked at Aokiji. Aokiji looked a little miserable now, with a lot of injuries on his body, which shocked Kizaru. You guy, how dare you take action against Brother Schwanyan? Shisui said angrily. Crack crack crack. Dense thunder and lightning appeared around Shisui's body, and he was about to take action against Kizaru. Suddenly, Zanyan's voice sounded. Stop for a moment, Shisui. Brother Schwanyan. Several people looked in the direction of Zanyan and saw Zanyan walking out. There was a hole in the clothes on his upper body, but Zanyan's body was unscathed. The two Admiral of Headquarters, Naval Headquarters really think highly of our Uchiha Security Company. A security company capable of destroying so many warships and injuring the Marine Admiral cannot be overestimated by Naval Headquarters. Shisui, Itachi, take everyone back to the train. It's time for us to go back. Advertisement. Brother Schwanyan, don't let them. The Naval Headquarters is nearby. As the strongest force in the world, its strength is still very scary. Moreover, these two are Admiral of Headquarters, so they are not that easy to deal with. If more powerful guys come, we will really suffer. I can't walk away in circles. Our goal has been achieved, there is no need to struggle with them here. Aokiji frowned. If Zanyan had said this before, he must have thought that Zanyan was telling lies. But after fighting Zanyan, he realized how terrifying this young man's strength was. Shisui nodded, then disappeared together with Itachi's figure, rushing towards the location of Luffy and others. That won't work. The order given to me from above is to completely eliminate you here. If I just let you run away, wouldn't I be very embarrassed? Kizaru raised his finger and pointed in the direction of Shisui and others. Whoosh! A figure instantly appeared in front of Kizaru. Poof! Kizaru's arm was severed! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! Kizaru's body turned into golden light and appeared from another place. Tear. Kizaru's sleeve was cut open, and a scar appeared on his arm. If he hadn't reacted quickly, one of his arms might have died just now. Don't pass your paws around. Zanyan said lightly. How terrible, Kizaru said, raising his index finger. Call out. A golden laser shot at Zanyan. Boom. A violent explosion occurs. Shisui and Itachi also appeared next to Luffy and others. Advertisement. Okay, I just asked you to leave, but you didn't leave. Now leave quickly. Shisui's tone was a bit complaining. These newbies had to get involved, otherwise he could help fight. Hey, aren't you going to help? Barry said to Shisui. They had all seen the scene of Shisui's big attack on Kamui. At first, they thought CP9's power was terrifying. But those powerful CP9s were like children in front of Shisui. Even the strongest Rob Luchi was easily manipulated by Zanyan. Later, Buster Call came, and a large number of marine warships, as well as the powerful marine vice admiral, and a large number of marine colonels were all easily defeated. Finally, the marine admiral, the most terrifying in strength, did not fall behind in the slightest. Even if he is a little weaker than marine admiral because of his youth, it is definitely not too much. It's not necessary, just because they won't be Brother Schwanyan's opponents. Just them. Who are they? Those are the highest combat forces in the world government, Admiral of Headquarters Kizaru and Aokiji, not just cats and dogs on the roadside. But for such two powerful people, Shisui actually said that they would not be Uchiha Schwanyan's opponents. In the past, they might have regarded this as a joke. In fact, they did the same thing. When Uchiha Xuanyan first arrived at the shipyard, he said that as long as he hired him to protect him, even the 7 warlords of the sea, the New World 4 emperors, and the admiral of headquarters would not be able to harm the employer at all. They all laughed loudly at that time, but now it seems that they are the real clowns. I heard that Uchiha Xuanyan's employment fee is 100 million berry a day. With such strength, is 150 million berries a day too much? It turned out that they thought it was too much and simply out of whim. Now it seems that such charges are very reasonable, and they even think it is a bit cheap. Who exactly is Uchiha Security Company? What kind of family is the Uchiha family? There are 2 people who are as powerful as Admiral. Kizaru said to Aokiji. Marshal Sengoku means to keep these people here completely. Then we have to be able to keep it. When Aokiji said this, his eyes were fixed on the location of the explosion. Soon, the smoke of the explosion dissipated and appeared there. An orange-yellow rib-like energy body appeared around Zyan Yan's body to protect Zyan Yan's body. Advertisement.